What even is time?
I don't know. It's the 10th? It's the 10th, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, people. I'm only now caffeinating.
Oh, hi, people.
I don't know. Which camera?
Little
Hello.
camera.
That one. You, right there at home. Hello. This is going to be a chaotic episode.
Let's keep going.
Okay. So, welcome back to Silverstand, guys. In our last episode, you at last came to face to face with the proto-Draco-Lich that had been fouling the reservoir underneath the tide. I'm sorry.
Tidewater District?
Tidewater District. Sorry, I have a bad case of the Abergiggles. Who pissed off the Archfey?
You mean my ADHD?
Probably.
me.
Anyway, the the proto-Draco-Lich that was fouling the water of the Tidewater Reservoir. You face down this evil in waiting, and at last managed to drive it into a corner, but not before Kyie von Warren and Ivy Lockwood were placed in mortal peril, each seeing the other in such dire straits. Their legacy weapons awakened to them and stirred, thus granting them their powers. Kai's blades lighting with fire, Ivy's armor flashing with runes of protection. Ivy took one final hit as Kyie drove Ivoc's spear into the side of the beast. And that is where we awaken. We'll start by focusing on Ivy, because you were rather splintered at the end of the last session. How do the runes look as your life begins to ebb?
Well, I think, yeah, like I would have collapsed right after everything, and then I don't know. I kind of imagine them just like rippling with light, kind of thing. Like
And
maybe
kind of
like
flowing out from the source of impact?
yeah, and like kind of in time with my heartbeat.
Okay, yeah. So the runes start flowing, the silvery light flowing from the edge of where the dragon struck you, where the raven wing runes appeared, and with every beat of your heart, it recedes ever so slightly, like a tide being pulled back. Then things begin to go dark. Hey, you still with us? You can hear Poppy kind of buzzing around your head as you begin to fall to the ground. What does Kyie do, seeing this?
Kyie is already probably Kai's like did the kicked the thing
spear.
in. It's fallen. You always double tap undead, so there's like she's getting down. She stabs the blades into the dragon's head and runs for Ivy.
I think Vaderin sees you doing this and says, "I'll take it from here," and lets you go. He continues some of that work.
Stabby.
Yeah, all right, we're going to interrupt that as you guys are doing there. I want you guys to step out. Vaderin, we need a moment.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
We don't know if you're alive yet.
I'm literally just carving up the skull, that's all.
I'm dead. I die in this time.
Sorry about that, guys. Just had to do a quick little bit of loot tabling. So, while we leave Vaderin driving his axe into the skull of this Draco-Lich that you have contended with.
Are you suddenly naked?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not into that.
Hi.
He's not having sex with his patron.
Good to know. Or God.
Okay.
The Platinum Protector would not appreciate that.
But he does appreciate protection.
Oh.
Got me there.
Someone? Yeah.
Moving on.
Anyways,
Dick jokes.
We're tired.
All right, so as you rush to Ivy's side, you see Poppy leaning down next to her. Oh, well, she doesn't look good.
No, I think she's unconscious. Excuse me, Poppy. And I'm fumbling for a healing potion as I'm bleeding profusely. Here, thank you. And I'll pour it out and like scoop up Ivy so she doesn't choke on it, and pour it into her throat and massage her throat. Like,
All right,
darling,
please
darling.
roll 2d4 plus 2.
Oh, I just put away my D4. Why did I do that? Okay.
I'm sorry,
3.
but my pooch gets the exact same look on his face when he's taking it out. Oh.
So 9 total HP. Back to you.
All right, Ivy, you feel the liquid come down your throat, and it warms. It's not like a burning of alcohol, but it
Really?
We're doing great.
Really?
I feel the liquid come down my throat.
It's okay.
Okay, you know what? The only way out is
Just
through.
wait till the paladin gets his
We
hands
don't
on
spit
you.
up anything that comes in our mouth.
Oh, God.
Once it's in your mouth, you swallow it. Take that however you will.
Do you want our inspiration tokens back?
No.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Disclaimer for the folks at home: dick jokes have long been a staple of D&D.
Mhm.
We are pursuing a long and noble tradition.
That's what one of the D's stands for.
I have at least one.
If not 2.
Oh, come on! No one caught the long and noble.
No, we did. We just chose not to acknowledge.
Ah! All right. So, the liquid comes down, and you feel your wounds begin to knit together as the heat potion takes effect. The world grows a little less dark, and then a little less blurry, and you find yourself looking up at Kai's face.
Which is just absolutely covered in blood.
Technically not blood, more ichor.
Well, my
and
own blood.
And your blood, yes.
Yeah. Does my blood look like normal blood?
Should. Yeah.
Just a little.
It's red.
Okay. Just a little glowy. That was. Things occurred. Are you. Welcome back. Oh, thank God. Welcome back.
I'm
Mila.
gonna.
I'm gonna push hair out of her face and.
Are you all right? Ivoc kind of steps over and checks on you, limping, holding his arm, cradling his arm.
Yeah, he's pretty dinged up too.
Yeah, we're all pretty rough.
And now I remember that there are other people here and not just Kai, so I quickly compose myself and say, "Yes, I'm fine," and I will get up.
Oh, so you go from blushing and looking deeply into Kai's eyes to.
Yep.
Okay. I think I want my spear back. And
Yeah,
Ivoc kind of walks over to grab it.
Are you okay? I'm going to go.
No, stay with her. I got it.
Your arm is broken, and I put it like 2 feet into its ribcage.
I've got a rope. I'll be fine. You.
At this point, I think Vaderin's more or less hacked it loose and sees Ivoc coming over and here. I think you've earned well, whatever's left on here is yours now.
Thank you.
And
Yeah, I
as is the exchange with the spear, he'll lay on hands Ivoc with 10 hit points there.
Okay, he feels his arm. Yeah, neat trick. And okay, so that is the last lines I'll give them until we leave. But they are there. They are milling about. How you guys find yourself in this dark room? The walls slick with slime and rot, though the smell is a little less pungent than it was before. It almost seems to be clearing ever so slightly. Slightly. It's still very fetid.
Mm-hmm.
The water at your feet is brackish and filled with something aside from the dead eels that loop about your feet. And does anybody want to run a check of any kind?
If someone would like to give me the help action, I can do an investigation, I guess. I'll go back over and pull my swords out of the dragon's head.
you left them there. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
I drove them in.
Okay.
I would help because I'd probably be like kind of assessing things and just kind of ask like, does everyone think that just killing this was enough, or do we have to do something else here?
They're going to need to remove the body for sure. We're not going to be able to do that ourselves. It itself is a source of necromancy, even dead. Definitely a source of infection.
All right. Roll me a investigation check, please.
Actually, wait. Wave dice, because I'm getting wave help. Is that cocked or is that flat?
I'd say that's cocked.
Okay. Okay, so 12 investigation?
You know what? It was a 10. So
Yay!
it wasn't that hard to find. As you are moving around the back of the bulk, you can see where the tail kind of slammed into the pile.
Yeah.
And underneath the filth, you can see the glint of gems and old coinage, as well as no small amount of other items glinting in and around the pile that the beast had rested its bulk on. How are you pulling your swords out as you go? Okay, they come away with a sucking motion. Kind of, you can hear them scraping along the bone as you pull your blades out. But oddly enough, the crystal does not seem tarnished in any way. As you watch, the glow within the blades does seem to diminish, and the ichor of the beast just seems to slide right off of it.
It's like my Vessies. Not sponsored, not affiliated. Just had to.
We wouldn't say no, though.
No. I feel like there would be Vessi branded adventuring gear. You know, like
we'll call it messies.
Messies. So that your gear doesn't get messy.
Coats, ponchos, boots.
Shoes. Yeah. It's really just an enchantment with a slight what is it?
Ablative coating.
Yeah. Like a coating of prestidigitation just constantly on it. Like a low gear prestidigitation. Anyway. Yeah. God, yeah.
All right.
God, 9th level wash. You're never dirty again. You can't put on makeup. You're immune to lavas other than heat damage. God.
That's now redeemed.
All right.
Sorry.
So,
is there enough in that pile? Like, could we pile things together into, say, a 5-foot radius sphere?
well, you can start taking a look.
Just curious.
So
It'd be a little more than a 5-foot radius, I think.
Does anyone have detect magic?
Well, yes, I was going to attempt to purify some of this space, but if it's more helpful to just detect what's here, then I could, we just level
You
up.
can cast detect magic as a ritual. You don't have to use a spell slot.
Oh, yeah. Then yes. 10 minutes later, bam.
Okay. So as Vaderin finishes weaving the last of the enchantments and the runes, several pieces in the pile do read up as enchantments. Though most of them are a little it's a very weak glow. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces that the glow is definite and strong, pulsing, active enchantments, not damage.
Oh.
Okay, one for each.
What I will ask you guys is just somebody take some notes, and you can divvy it up when
Yeah, I'm on it.
Travis and Mila are back around.
So what are we looking at? What are these items?
I'm guessing, do you have an identify spell?
I have the glove, and it has 5 more charges I can use today.
But
1,
just
2,
generally,
3,
what are they?
4,
Rings? Are
5,
they?
6. Yeah, so I can identify all of them if we want.
Okay. So as you guys, so how you've got the glove on?
I got the glove on.
You're
Yeah.
just gonna
I'm
pass
gonna
it
go
over.
whoosh, boop, whoosh, boop, whoosh, boop.
So you dig through the pile. There's a lot of coinage. Some of it ancient, with kings and queens and sovereigns that you really have never heard of. All of it in silver and gold and even a little bit of platinum. So gold piece value is 2,400, but that will once you've done the exchange rate and everything, you're looking at about $24,000 because one gold piece is $10,
there's two
right?
zeros at the end of that.
There's 3 zeros at the end.
3 zeros at the end of 2 more zeros than I thought.
Yeah,
is what I
so
meant.
it'll be 24,000, 2,400 gold, $24,000.
This is a down payment on the house.
Wait.
Oozy.
There's a reason people go to the undercity, regardless of how dangerous it is. So between the values of the value of the gem and the coinage, some of it does read with a dull enchantment. Like the gems might once have been part of a larger piece. Some of the coinage is, got minor enchantments on it, or once did, but has long since faded. But 5 items come to your attention. The first is a rope, coiled. It's got braids of gold and silver and magenta, and basically every color that you can imagine is present in this rope. As you pass the glove over it, you find yourself holding a rope of climbing. I'll make up cards for this afterwards. But I'll tell you what they do as we go here.
It automatically lets you climb it.
Let me double check that because I didn't. I rolled for random. 60-foot length of silk rope, weighs 3 pounds, can hold up to 3,000 pounds. If you will hold one end of the rope and use an action to speak the command word, the rope animates. As a bonus action, you can command the other end to move towards a destination you choose. That end moves up to 10 feet on your turn, on your first command, and 10 feet after, until it reaches the destination, up to its maximum length away, or until you tell it to stop. You can also tell the rope to fasten itself securely to an object, or unfasten itself, knot or unknot itself, or to coil for carrying. If you tell the rope to knot, large knots appear at 1-foot intervals along the rope. While knotted, the rope shortens to a 50-foot length and grants advantage on climbing checks.
What happens if you tell it do not?
I'm not going to get started on that one.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
The second thing is it's kind of a curious case. You find yourself looking at a small trunk, about foot wide by 6 inches high by 6 inches wide. And as you open it, you find yourself looking into a cavernous opening. And you can actually slide various sections around. And each one of these sections seems like they're infinitely deep. But when you reach in, you can touch the edges of it if you so desire. You have a box of holding.
Box of holding, nice. So we can only fit things that are...
Oh no, it'll rise to accommodate it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we have like a foot wide thing, and it'll
it'll just kind of warp the space around. So
amazing. This will make moving so much easier than a U-Haul.
That's what. That's.
All right. The next thing is a small red potion, seemingly lit from within with some sort of incandescent fire. You have a potion of fire breath. After drinking this potion, you can use a bonus action to exhale fire to within 30 feet of you. A target must make a DC 13 saving throw, taking 4d6 fire on a failed save and half as much damage on a successful one. This effect ends after you exhale the fire 3 times or 1 hour has passed.
That's cool.
All right, and the last is Dust of Disappearance.
You said 5.
Oh, right. Sorry.
No, it's
I
okay.
skipped one. Good. No, good. You guys
No,
would have
you
been mad at
skipped
me
2.
because you have the Pipes of Haunting.
Oh my god.
Well, I wonder where those are going.
Pipes of haunting?
Yes, you must be proficient with wind instruments to use these pipes. They have 3 charges. You can use an action to play one of them and expend 1 charge to create an eerie spellbinding tune. Each creature within 30 feet of you that hears you play must succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or become frightened of you for 1 minute. If you wish, all creatures in the area that aren't hostile towards you automatically succeed on their saving throw. A creature that fails the saving throw can repeat it at the end of each of its turn, ending the effect on a success. A creature that succeeds on its saving throw is immune to the effect of these pipes for 24 hours. The pipes regain 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn. And yes, I will be making up cards for this, so you guys won't need to remember it.
Yeah.
And finally,
Pipes of haunting are for Ivoc.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
That's gotta go.
That's going to Ivoc.
And finally, the dust of disappearance. Found in a small packet, this powder resembles very fine sand. There is enough for 1 use. When you use an action to throw the dust into the air, you and each creature and object within 10 feet of you become invisible for 2d4 minutes. The duration is the same for all subjects, and the dust is consumed when its magic takes effect. If a creature affected by the dust attacks or casts a spell, the invisibility ends for that creature.
So it's like lesser invisibility, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So with that, you have essentially divined what is in the hoard. The gems, I'm going to say, are still on the ground. How are you going to pick them up? Like, are you going to put them in your new box of holding? Okay.
Yeah. So out of anything there that is more of a consumable nature, like there wasn't anything else that was more like food or liquid, was there?
No.
Okay, then never mind.
What would...
Or it's like purify food or drink.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, no.
Okay.
And it would probably take, like, you'd need a lot of paladins to purify all the water here.
Yeah, that was the other thing. It's like, well, I can do a pocket and then it'll get worse again.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. So as you shovel the coinage in, you can't tell whether the coins get smaller or the box gets bigger. But every coin you shove in, like, there's seemingly no end to the room. And when you get close, you can just slide it over and get yourself a new
Pocket.
Yeah.
This is so convenient.
Mm-hmm.
Emblazoned on the lid is actually an image of a black dragon holding a coin.
That's probably how he got it down here, honestly. This might have been his U-Haul.
That would make sense.
All right. So with that, guys, how do you want to proceed? The
Well,
room is yours.
there are some people who would want to know that this has been resolved, right?
We will, I probably have tape, like safety tape. I feel like that would be part of my kit.
Mhm.
Like the fluorescent ones that you can tie.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, we will chart a safe path back and label where traps are. And, like, I'm still bleeding. I haven't asked for healing. I haven't stopped. I've just been focused on getting the job done.
Yeah, I think while you're both sort of examining these things, Vaderin comes up behind each of you, just meaty hand on on each of your shoulders, just like,
As much
ladies,
as-
that was impressive, and here's 7 more points of healing for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that was crazy. Also, I did quick math here. About 48k each. Not including...
That's plus the 2,000 per head that was promised.
Plus the 2,000. So 50.
Right.
50k total.
5,000?
Not including the regular fees the regular will take from us.
48,000?
48,000
Total.
I think
each.
you mean
Dollars, not gold.
Because
dollars.
we just got 24.
Yeah, but each gold is worth $10.
right.
It was 24,000 gold? I thought it was
$24,000.
So it should be $5,000 per person,
Yeah.
With our
not
Fee.
50.
Then
regular...
where are you getting the 48,000?
That's what I'm rounding up.
48... 240,000 divided by 5
Right. So
is 48.
no,
4,800.
4,800
4,800.
with 2 zeros, not three zeros, which would be 1,000.
Oh, I did math wrong.
Okay.
I did
Okay.
math wrong.
Yeah, we just
I was
added an
like,
extra
what?
0. It's okay.
I added extra 0.
Oh, D&D, where we make squeaky noises and fail basic math.
No, it's I put in when somebody said 3 zeros, I had already put 2 zeros and I put a third 0.
okay.
5,000, not a down payment on a house. Remember, Rager does fees based off the job fee, and then they expected 10% of your loot haul, sub whatever expenditures you used. So just remember that the healing potions we found, we already had. No.
So the fees are when you register as a rag.
Oh, okay. Not for
Rager. Rager is kind of like Tinder. It's free. They sell your data.
Okay.
But when you form an REG, a registered adventuring group, or registered adventuring guild, they require that you pay into the funds for the I believe it's the Department of
The WCB funds.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
I probably just automatically take it out anyway because
the
I
Bureau
pay it.
of Independent Contractors.
Yeah, that's better than I probably just automatically calculate it out anyway because we pay in to have insurance.
Mm.
That's what I would do. We get stabbed. You get insurance if you get stabbed.
Okay.
So
Is there anything Ivy's doing? So Kai's marking out the traps and everything you guys found with the tape. What's Ivy doing as you go back up?
Just like looking out, making sure that there's no other threats coming.
Mm-hmm.
And probably carrying heavy shit.
Do you want to carry the box?
Sure.
Hey, box is surprisingly light. You can put any heavy crap you've got in there. But yeah, we'll say that there was a division of assets as you guys were down there. But we'll leave that to the beginning of next session to kind of figure out. If you just take a note of what you got for total. All right, and what about Vaderin as you go up?
Just assisting with whatever remaining aspects of the job seem to be needed here. In his mind, the mission has been accomplished, and so he's eager to get to the surface. But if there's work yet to be done, he'll help out.
All right.
And I think Kai's making notes on, like, okay, this is here, this is safe. Don't touch this wall, you'll fall through. Don't making notes on her digital map with the notes app.
You
To
are
share.
remarkably thorough with your job here.
Years of bureaucratic paperwork. And also, if you don't mark it, someone can claim negligence on your part.
We admire that. Appreciate your work.
And last thing you need is some eager intern stepping on a trap that wasn't labeled and leading a resurrection. Not that that's happened to me, it happened to somebody else I know, but it's dangerous work, and we've been through it. Easier for us to identify it than to leave it for them to find later.
Mm-hmm. As we're going back through retracing our steps and all that, I think just the occasional divine sense as well, just to make sure there's nothing else of what is it? Is it just good or evil? Yeah.
Nothing really triggers your senses as you make your way back through the catacombs and then through the now decimated ranks of the kobold legions of this cult. You carefully pick your way up through the dungeons, and at last you come back to the door that led you to this section of the undercity.
Oh, there was
marked
a
with that
special
key.
knock.
Knock 3 times and then twice.
Dang.
Well, no, it was the key. You got to turn 3 times
times.
back.
Oh, well, my notes just say I received a door key, and then I put a start at knock 3 times, then twice to exit sewer.
Yep.
Oh, right. When you get to the edge of the sewer, yes.
Yeah.
But when the key lets you into the sewer, the sewer from the undercity.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've got
here,
the key.
And then
So I'm guessing Ivy's kind of been leading the way this entire time,
labeling. I have a tab for poison, a tab for trap, like 3 different neon colors.
Roll for adorable.
What?
Roll for adorable. I'm resuming the tradition. Roll a percentile.
Oh, percentile?
Or how cute I am in the moment of being very, very detailed with my color coding.
78.
Okay, you are.
Like, that's my wife doing color coding so people don't die.
Yep.
Well, not wife yet, but.
No, sorry, resurrecting the tradition. So, as you guys make up, Ivoc and Poppy are kind of lagging towards the center of the group, and Poppy's kind of talking to her bees. Ivoc's kind of just thinking, and he's humming to himself. At last, you come to the door that leads you into the sewers. It opens easily with the key. There's not so much screeching this time as you push it open, as you've kind of broken the gunk that was on the hinges.
Kyie would have also, once they'd been recovered a bit, taken photos of this was the dragon, this is what happened. Again, police paperwork, she knows the procedure she has to follow.
Fair
So,
enough.
yeah.
Is there anything Ivy would have done based around her previous experience?
I don't think so, because I think she would have been more of just like the infiltration, get in, and then other teams would have gotten information.
Okay, so she's just letting
Yeah.
Kyie do her thing. Okay. And what about Vaderin? Is there anything special aside from just keeping an eye out as he goes up?
Not that I can. Yeah, I don't think so. If there's a clear, because if we're talking about the reservoir and everything, I'm just thinking of there's a clear source point to anything. It might be nice to pump in a purify here or there, but
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna deal with that in a second.
yeah, okay.
They got city crews for that.
Yeah, I figure. Okay. I'm
So-
still wrapping my mind around. Oh yeah, this isn't just fantasy D&D, right?
All
I
right.
kidded myself out very traditionally, but
So as you guys make your way through the sewers, you come back to the down hatch. How do you want to get out? That you guys!
we're alive!
Yes.
All right, Klaus kind of. All right, hang on a second. Klaus. Oh, damn hydraulics! And then finally gets it up.
And I'll stick an arm up.
There's stairs.
Oh, okay.
There's stairs.
Stairs. So close. You're gonna need severe cleanup crew, and I'm still we're healed up a bit, but we're still very bloody and covered in ichor.
Jesus, you guys look like you got chewed up by a dragon and shit right out.
Well, he didn't get to shit us out.
Okay, I'm guessing the reservoir is not in a good way.
Proto Draco Lich?
And he kind of turns to his radio. Central, come in. Central here. What do you need, Klaus? I'm going to need a hazmat team for a 10-975. Repeat, 10-975.
And some clerics.
That's what that means. Roger. Dispatching cleaning crew and purification squad to your location. Have they marked the reservoir?
Yes.
Yeah, they marked it. I'll get the info from them before they leave. Roger. Central out.
So I'll pull. Klaus, do you have a laptop?
Yeah,
I can...
he taps his phone to yours.
Cool. And everything's marked out there. Color coded key is on there.
Immediately it feeds from the Ragger app on your phone to his.
Yeah.
He hits send. All right, and at that moment there's a as a semi passes behind him. Learn to drive, dipshit!
Kyie will say you'll also want to get an archaeology team, and she'll pull up that section of the map where the crypt was.
Not more of this.
It was some... I don't know how long he's been down there. There were cultists. Some of them were registered citizens, some were not. They are not alive anymore.
He holds up his hand. Thankfully, that's not my department. I'll pass all along everything you've got to SPD. They can take it from there. I all I do is clean the gunk off the underbelly, man.
Yep.
And hey, it seems like you've dropped a steaming pile in my lap. I'll have to deal with the eggheads again. But
Sorry about that, but yeah, good thing you didn't just send down some technician. He would have been numbed.
well, thank you. Pay should be in your accounts by the end of the day. E-transfer as usual.
Thank you, Klaus. Pleasure doing business with you. I'd shake your hand, but we are gooey.
Go get a shower.
Oh, yes.
I'll accept the word for the deed in this case. You guys stink.
Yes.
At which point, Poppy, I don't stink. You stink. Come on, Jonah, James. I forget the name of our bees. I know James, Jacob. Let's go. And then she kind of takes off.
Jackie is the queen, I think.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go get a shower too. And Ivoc kind of takes off down the street.
Message you later.
Well, nice working with you all.
Same.
I'll see you around, I guess. Not to be. I mean, we've obviously done the job that was required, but there's this whole building full of sick and dying people. I
Yes.
would like to check in on that if we could.
With nurse practitioner Yenna.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to be like, oh, yes, I did retroactively take some samples from the dragon for them in the jars. And also a larger thing in the box.
Yeah, nurse practitioner Margaret Yenna.
Yeah.
Yenna.
Maybe we clean ourselves before we go into the hospital, though?
I suppose that makes a certain amount of sense.
Do you have prestidigitation or someone cleaning
I
yourself?
wouldn't.
No.
I don't think any of us are spellcasters. Hey,
We'll handle
Klaus?
Mhm.
Do you have, like, a spot clean thing? Or how long until the cleaning crew's here with the disinfect?
They won't have anything for you. They're more worried about that reservoir. So unless you want yourself bleached out right down to the bone,
That's fair.
if you want to talk to Yen, and I'll pass along a message. She'll get in contact with you.
Okay. How far are we from the Von Warren family home?
I'd say you're a good 10-minute car ride. Probably about 45 minutes on a bus. Maybe an hour and a half of walk.
I'm going to text one of my siblings and ask them to bring a truck. We'll ride in the back and then get pressure washed outside of the house.
Sorry, I need your family tree. Do you have that handy?
Yeah, I do.
And if you want to mark the one that most likely has a blue collar job.
Where are they? It's on. Sorry, I should know this. Okay. One of them's ironically Mila. Because it keeps happening that I name characters and then they.
Not a problem. In the meantime, is there anything?
My younger brother Benjamin probably has access to the family truck.
So, not again.
Look, do you want it in your nice car, or do you just want to bring the truck and be chill
I'll
about
kind of
it?
get you an Ivy, but
No, we have a third.
so you're going with them?
Warren, not Warren. That's my name, Van Warren.
You're actually closer. You'd probably be about 2-3 blocks away.
My temporary abode?
Yeah.
Do you want to come? We're going to be washed off in our backyard and then come back out.
No matter. Thank you for your offer, but I'd rather take care of this myself. I have lots of crevices in the armor.
Okay, it's your floors.
Yeah, they're not bad.
All right. So Ben comes up in the
I'll just be like, so should we message you on the app after?
Sure.
We're going to close the circle with the nurse, yeah?
I fully intend to. If you're going to be there, then absolutely.
And have you had a good home-cooked meal in the last couple of weeks?
Offering.
My mother makes the most amazing curries
Well,
and stews. Very hearty.
I would certainly not turn it down. I appreciate
Okay.
it, and it could be quite nice for a change.
All right. So,
We
it
clamber
takes-
into Ben.
Ben shows up in this racket ass old truck. It doesn't get used much anymore for anything more than moving or moving the occasional family friend or that kind of thing. It was more your dad's truck. It's been lovingly cared for, but there are spots of rust appearing along the wheel well. All right, hop in, buckle up. He motions to a couple of benches that have been bolted into the deck of the truck bed.
Hey Ben, I killed a freaking Dracolich.
Yeah, you smell like it. Now, did you kill it from the inside, or was that smell just?
It was
extra?
rotting, or it's a proto Dracolich. It's already rotting. Killed it from the outside. It's very cool.
From its ass?
No, from its lower abdomen.
Ah. Hi, Ivy.
Hello.
I'll try not. He kind of, he's giving off that very much that busting my siblings' balls.
Yeah.
But I don't want to mess with their partner.
Yeah. And Ben is like in school for magecraft and stuff.
All right, hop in, hold down,
Yep.
and he drives off.
I can never be cool to him, no matter what I do. I don't understand. He used to think I was super cool, and then he turned 15, and just
That's
now
the way it
now
goes.
he's in college, and it gets harder every time.
Yes, that's how it is with younger brothers. What I've heard.
I just want him to think.
Your brother is older, I believe. What's his name?
Oh, my brother?
Yeah. Arlen?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's
Arvin.
right.
Arvan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Arvan is 2 years older than you. Yes. So as you are driving down the streets, you can see, as you're going by, you see a mobile decontamination movement unit moving down the.
And I just wave.
You get a slight salute from the young person in the main seat. They give you a quick flash, and you can see that their skin is scaled, and they seem to be a half dragon or a dragonborn. You can't really catch a color as they zoom on by. There's a few people it's set up similar to a fire truck with more of a back end.
Yeah.
And there's 5 or 6 of them each in the openish cab of this white vehicle as they speed on down. But within about 10 minutes, you are at the Von Warren family home. All right. Well, do you need help finding the sprinklers, or you know the way?
I just tell the nibblings that they get to pressure wash the aunties. They're dealt with.
And within 5 minutes, you have 3 of your nibblings out there, each of them armed with a hose.
Yep.
Ready?
Hose. Yep.
Aim.
Goggles on.
What's the name of the youngest one, the mischievous one?
Oh god, the one who not my good berries. Oh god, that was. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh yeah, that's probably Leon.
Leon.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready? Aim. Leon starts chuckling. Fire. I need a Constitution save from both of you.
Oh, 10.
10.
Oh no. I did much better. Where's my stats?
Did you get more than a 15?
I got a 16 on the dice, plus whatever my con is. That's what I said.
Okay, so you were
Which
kind
is
of,
0.
You were kind of expecting that.
I was prepared.
You know what shit disturbers the little ones of your family are.
Yeah.
Ivy, you might not be prepared quite for this behavior, because not only do the 3 of them hit you with a blast of ice cold water right from the tap that scours you, in the next second they hand their hoses to the one in the center, and Leon and his little sister run up with a bucket of ice each and dump it over your heads.
Oh, that was unnecessary.
Yeah, so
Challenge complete.
Yeah, no. So Ivy, I wanted to play this as a moment for Ivy to kind of let herself out if she failed the check. So how does Ivy emote when she gets utterly taken off guard?
Oh, probably just like kind of like screams, just like with the cold. It's just like, ah! 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 That's very cold. That is too cold. Next time, can we just go up and shower?
I'm
Okay.
not let a bit. Do you want Mom to have stained ichor into her carpets? Do you want to deal with that?
It might have been better than this.
Fair point.
What's Leon's mom's name or dad?
Leon is Janssen's, my brother Janssen's son.
Leon! And
Oh,
you
sorry,
hear-
Yana's son. Janssen's son is Layla. Our
Okay.
daughter is Layla.
So
They were born. They're the same age, but born to different.
okay, so Yana?
Yana's.
Yana, so that's a woman?
Yeah, and Janssen is her twin, and she had.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Yana sticks her head up. Leon! Did you blast your ants with cold water?
No, cold water wasn't the problem. It was the ice bucket challenge.
Hot water now! And then you're going to come up here and explain to me why you did this. Huh? Mama. No, mama, me. You know to treat your ants better. Ivy, I am sorry. I will send you a bath bomb. I promise.
Okay.
How else can I make it up to you? I am so sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. Just hot water, please.
You have it. Hot water now, Leon! Ah! And she's yelling, and she's kind of making this motion with the back of her hand. And he kind of grabs his buttocks and, hot water, guys! Come on, let's make it warm. And from there, you have a nice warm spray down as they shift from spraying you down, and then they hook it into the overhead sprinkler system for the garden, and you're able to take a nice warm shower in kind of like the tiled area outdoors that's meant for this.
Sounds weirdly nice.
Yeah.
Well, the Von Warren house has been there for a while. It's a little run down, but it's...
There's rainwater capture, and
Yes.
we've, Benjamin's researching solar.
At least that's how I...
Yeah.
It's an older vehicle.
It's older, and it's well... It would probably, in any other circumstance, be like a small apartment building,
Mhm.
and it is flats.
Is there anything that you want from that Sharayah in terms of the building?
I don't know. As it's warm water and everything, and I calm down. Might just say, I suppose I should have expected that. I did grow up with a brother.
Leon is troublemaker.
Okay. So as you guys are getting toweled off and into your daily use clothes, Leon comes up and his mom's got him by the ear. And she's just lifting him. What do we say? Sorry, aunties.
Thank
I
you.
thought it would be funny.
We almost got. We were fighting a dragon today. Our nerves are very high. Not a good thing to do.
Both of which you knew. And she kind of taps him on the head. So, when your aunties come home, they are to be treated with respect. Yes? Yes, Mama. I know. You have a good heart in there, Leon. Use it. Again, sorry, Ivy. Sorry, Kyie. So, I've managed to scrounge a heated blanket from Eunice for your evening, and I've put some icy hot up in your room. So I beg your pardon for this little. And then she lets out a string of words in Elvish that Kyie would notice as this mischievous little Cranson, this mischievous little displacer beast.
Which you also
Which
know.
I understand.
Yeah,
Oh, you
you're
understand?
working on it.
Okay, I didn't know you. So yeah, you both understand that she's giving him a little bit of an ear tweak. Okay, now plates, Ma, plates, and at that point she shuffles him off to the kitchen. We'll see you at dinner.
Thank you. I set an extra table. I invited one of the party members.
Extra
Table.
He is
Plate.
tired.
Plate. I'm tired. I may have gotten a plate, an extra plate.
He's a giant folk, so you might want to ensure there's extra servings.
We'll make sure that there's extra servings and extra armor.
There we go.
All right, so with that, we're going to take it to Vaderin. Vaderin, you arrive at the seedy motel in which you've been residing for the past few weeks. What's the first thing
Shut
you do? You care to share with the class?
I said
first-
this is where he has sex with his god. In this motel.
Yes, the
Well, I
Platinum
didn't call it a
Protector
seedy motel.
has such high standards.
I sent. Sorry.
Yeah. First thing is armor comes off. The underlayers come off. Hits the showers. Does the full 20 minutes in the hot shower. Just hands on the back wall with the water streaming down and everything. Got to get it all off and ease the weary muscles.
All right, I'm going to kick Kyie and Ivy out for a second.
Yeah,
Okay.
get out of here.
To have sex with your god, we know.
Yeah, it's fine.
So, one more scene before we leave. In a small corner of the Silver Court Garden Park, a tiny fairy flutters to her home in a tree trunk. As she arrives, she finds a small note. Poppy, we need to talk. All right, guys, we are up.
Hey.
So, welcome back to Silverstand, guys. I hope you had a happy New Year, a merry holiday, and in Mila and my case, today is our birthdays.
Happy birthday, New Year!
I'm old.
But yes, we are indeed old as low-hanging fruit, shall we say? But with that being said, guys, welcome back to Silverstand, and let's jump right back in.
What?
Low-hanging fruit?
No, you don't get to say that and then just go silent.
Everybody's talking about low-hanging fruit, and I asked if you've ever seen a kangaroo's testicles.
No, but they
I
sold
can't
them
say
as
I have.
souvenirs in Australia.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
They just
sold
hang.
kangaroo testicles.
They just hang down like two
They're like a
tennis
little. They're like a
balls.
little flail. Yeah. They're
They're like
there.
two tennis balls in a sock, and they just hang until they jump. Then they naturally retract into the body.
As they
So
should.
don't bang around and nut themselves while they're jumping.
And now I have to create a testicle monster that will use its own testicles as a flail.
No, you don't.
God.
We really don't.
No one needs
We
that.
don't have to do that.
Oh, come on. Don't.
Forget pin the tail on the donkey.
No.
Oh, no.
Nothing.
Also, a
Good
kangaroo's penis is behind its balls.
That kind of makes sense, though.
Does it?
I mean,
They also pee, poop, and ejaculate through the same hole.
Hello, Internet.
hi.
You're welcome.
We're learning about
Is this
animals
from your
today.
podcast?
Yep.
Is this going to be the opening to the episode?
So, Sharayah, actually, why don't you tell them where they can find out this and more while watching Sharayah get blitzed on a podcast?
Not blitzed. There's not enough alcohol for me to get blitzed. I'm going to be on a podcast called Questionable Choices, in which you will hear me talk about animal genitalia way more than you think I should.
Is that
Will you be on a podcast called Questionable Choices?
Yes.
That's her
I was like,
podcast.
wait a minute,
And you're
what?
planning on talking about
Yep.
animal genitalia?
Why not?
Nice.
It's probably going to end up being multiple episodes where I do that because I do love strange animal genitalia and not in a sexual way.
I mean, nature is fascinating.
Hey,
I was just about to pull the whole Brooklyn Nine-Nine thing. I love strange I talk about strange animal genitalia more than you think. Name of your
sex tape.
name of your podcast.
Yeah.
Your podcast.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
All right, but without further ado, guys, in our last episode, or in the past 2 episodes, as Travis and Mila were not with us, and which you will at home will have just seen us jump into, your group defeated a black dragon proto-lich. One that was poisoning the entire riverfront's water system. After extracting yourself from the situation, or after defeating the dragon, you extracted yourself from the sewers, once again making your way to the surface. Your group split up with plans to meet at a tavern later. However, Mila, what was the name of that druid that you were connected to? You're going to have that to me.
Right, I never did. My druid friend. Was called.
I don't remember.
I have it somewhere.
I meant to watch the first episode, but I didn't get around to it, so my apologies.
Vaderin read something.
No, that's yours. Averin's yours. Arvin is yours.
Arvin's
Poppy
Anselin.
Anselin.
Archdruid of the Grove?
That's the one.
Harvin Red Sun, Last of the Blood Arvax, and Harvin Red Sun Druid. Harvin Red Sun is his full name.
That was the first one.
Oh, right. Modern Anselin Orc. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Anselin. So,
Arvin is yours.
I just found it. It's Anselin.
Yeah.
so
And it was Carvin, which is the gnome
Right.
Oh.
from the university.
Right. Carvin Devorian. No,
Carvin believes in science, not magic.
Yeah.
And we're frenemies.
So, with that out of the way, guys, you, upon returning to your tree hollow, the place you've made your home for the past, I believe it's 150 years at this point, find a note from Anselon asking you to contact him at your earliest convenience, and that it is important. In fact, it is labeled a matter of life and death. So that's where we're going to pick up. We're going to pick up with Poppy in her tree hollow, and then we'll connect with the rest of you. So, Poppy, you're standing in your tree hollow. You've just read this note. What other objects has Poppy acquired over the years and decorated her home with?
Well, clearly there's a few creatures of different variety crawling around.
Mm-hmm.
Being that she can't stand to leave behind strays. So, you name it, they're probably around somewhere. She's got like feathers sticking out of little like niches in the wall, and probably her prized possession is right in the center of the space. And for all intents and purposes, it just looks like a big regular rock.
Okay.
And it's kind of just like that normal gray-brown rock color. It's not particularly beautiful or round or anything, but that is the statement piece of the room.
That's a nice boulder.
And onto that rock is where you would have found the note just kind of stuck with a piece of scotch tape. All right. So, having read this note, what is Poppy's first course of action?
Sorry, can you just read it back to me again?
Sure.
That we're going to...
So, Poppy, I need to speak with you at your earliest convenience. It's a matter of life and death. Please. Anselin.
Okay. My first thought, can't find a place to land. It doesn't know what on earth this could possibly be about.
Mm-hmm.
So, she looks at this electronic thingy that we talk to each other on with that weird app with the buttons and the chimes and stuff. And she looks out the window, or through the trees, branches, to see the time of day. And
It's early evening.
okay. She's just arrived. back from coming up from the sewers?
Yeah, there was talk of grabbing a drink after everybody got washed off and got talking.
Yeah, kind of gives a little like, oh, and kind of mumbles to herself under her breath. And then just immediately brushes herself off and makes herself presentable and just flits right out the window again.
Okay. All right. Travis, what is Ivoc doing?
What am I doing?
Mm.
Do I know where I am? I don't.
Yours and Poppy's character exited the sewers and just kind of walked off towards home. So I just kind of say, I didn't want to play your guys' character, so I just kind of set it on default mode.
You were staying at the
so
boarding house, right?
yeah, the little inn or whatever
It was.
Yeah. I think I returned to that. I was going to return to that inn. And talk to what's her name? Whoever the barmaid.
I'd have to just check my notes if I can find the suckers.
I got him a nice book so that he can actually.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
keep
really
his
bad at
notes
taking notes.
properly.
Okay, so I'm not the greatest at it either.
Okay, you're a barmaid friend. Let's all go to our notes. I didn't write yours down because you were the last one for some reason.
If anyone has her name.
Were
Carlos.
you staying at the Tidewater?
The Tidewater District is where you guys are at.
The Backwards Elbow? Was that the one?
That was it.
Yeah.
It's Cartha, the Goliath Tavern Keep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cartha. Yeah,
Cartha?
that's it.
So I kind of wander back towards the inn and kind of walk back through the door.
Mhm.
And kind of find a corner table and kind of just slump down into a chair, close my eyes, and rest for a little bit.
All right, Cartha kind of walks up to you and kind of just plops a plate of, I think it's a burger, some fries, and a cheap beer in front of you. Wow, you look like half of a dog's ass.
Yeah, I feel like it too.
At which point her nose kind of wrinkles up. I hope you aren't intending to stay right there and stink up my tavern.
Well, I was kind of hoping you'd have a spare room available I could go use for a bit.
Well, you have a room here. Like, it's a little broom
Well, I thought
closet-esque thing.
Oh, right. I kind of thought I checked out.
No, you're paid up for the month.
Okay.
You're good.
Well, I wasn't
Lodging.
planning on it. I was just hoping to get a little bit of food and then kind of go relax in my room for a bit.
Shower, and I'll bring the food to you.
Thank you.
Put it under a headlamp. Anything else you needed to do?
No. Then I wander back into my little room
Mhm.
and start take out my bagpipes, kind of rest them on my bed.
Mhm.
Take out my brand new spear,
Mhm.
kind of put it in the corner, and then get into the shower and start just standing under the water.
All right, and as you do, you don't really notice, but you see, if you had been watching that spear as you step into the shower, you might have seen the slightest glint on the dull metal of the head. As it is, you see nothing. You're enjoying your shower, and the spear is sitting there, waiting. All right, let's go to Kyie and Ivy.
Have we already? Just to remind me, did we actually have dinner with you, or you
No.
were just invited and you haven't?
No,
Okay.
everybody was invited.
Right.
They were all gonna. I think you were all going to reconvene at the Backwards Elbow at some point.
Well, we invited him to old school homemade dinner
Ah, right.
with my family.
Right, you
Before
invited
the tavern, I guess?
everybody, I
Yeah.
believe, yes?
I think so.
Yeah. So, all right.
But
So,
maybe tavern first and then.
Or
right, because he had to go.
Other
Because
way
he had
around.
to go to the Broken Knee,
broken knee,
or was it not the Broken Knee Tavern?
backwards elbow.
Then okay, you were the Broken Knee. He was the Backwards Elbow.
What?
Oh.
Not the same one?
Did I get
Not
the
the same
wrong
one.
person then?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Cartha was my contact at the backwards elbow.
Oh, Cartha was yours.
Oh, no.
Oh, then we got somebody backwards here.
I was like,
I'm
we have the
sorry.
same contact because there
No.
were networking things we did.
My bad.
But
I
that's
just
not
saw
the
a
case.
tavern and was like,
Not a
"Oh,
problem.
hi."
I should have had it here.
It's
Sorry, guys.
Life is chaos. And also, it's been a whole year since we played. We get one of those. I don't know where we get one of those.
I don't think I wrote down. Oh, here we are. Vaderin.
I have Aurora Borealis dice.
Yeah, Kortha, and then Ivoc
Well, maybe
is
that
not
was
on
the,
my list.
Maybe that was the game that Ivoc wasn't.
Yeah, I don't think he was there.
here.
Mhm.
I think I was there for the first. That was in the first episode.
Yeah, no,
Where
but
we all introduced ourselves.
Yeah.
yeah. I've got Ivy, I've got Poppy, I've got Kyie. I don't have your guy.
Sounds like we need to make up a new name.
I think we added.
We
I think
did.
we
I
added-
just.
Let me just,
so
because I left room for Ivoc when I was doing it. Let me see.
To those of you at home, this is part of the magic of D&D. You make
Nope.
shit up and you forget about it.
I left it and we didn't add it.
Okay.
Ah! Well, we'll suffice it to say that you're in your back room, and we'll fill in the blanks later.
Okay.
If
You now have the
that is
same guy.
agreeable to you. You know what? Sure.
Why?
We can make that the same guy.
Why not just being unbeknownst to each other in the same inn?
Yeah,
Well,
sounds
can it
good.
be like a Pokemon Center situation where they all live the same? name?
Oh, the tavern keeps on orcs named Cartha. That's
Goliath.
amazing.
Goliath.
Oh yeah.
She's just running back and forth.
But yeah, we'll just make it same contact. Save ourselves a little bit of headache here.
That's so funny.
So it's been retconned. The gods have spoken. So anyway, we're going to go to Kyie and Ivy. My apologies.
So we came home. We
We had an ice shower
yeah.
because of Leon.
Yep. He used up all the hot water.
Leon's
No,
brother,
he didn't.
right?
He did it in the backyard and he made sure it was cold. He's one of my nephews. Yeah.
Yeah, little
Little putts.
rascal, rapscallion.
It's like, well,
Who's your youngest niece?
let me pull up the reference sheet because I made a very large family.
You did, and I have not yet had time to study it. So
And without knowing it, one of my sisters is named Mila.
hey, it works.
Notes. Where is the Kyie list? Is that on a different account? Might be on a different
She
account.
likes to wear moccasins and a beanie.
They're just one
These are
sec.
new.
They're very cute.
Travis just got them for me for my birthday.
There we go.
They look warm. They are. My
Ba-ba-ba.
feet are always frozen.
The youngest sibling.
Sibling or niece?
Niece.
Niece. Sorry. Oh, this is. Oh, that's old Kyie. That's old Kyie. That's before retcon.
Uh-oh.
So your mom's name is Vaderin? I have mom had all of the Vaderin types.
Yeah.
The eyes can glow, they have silver hair, they have birthmark.
Yeah.
And your
Yeah,
mom
Roya,
has all
yeah.
three.
Mom has all three. Yeah.
Amelia is your
Attributes.
oldest sister.
Yeah. There we go. Found it. Youngest sibling, Leon and Layla. They're both 10. They are both the twins' kids, and they're both 10. Layla's maybe like a month younger than Leon.
Okay. Well, Layla comes up after and says, "Sorry, guys. Are you okay, Auntie?"
I'm okay. You have no control over Leon. I know you try, but you're doing fine, honey.
Here, Auntie Ivy. And she hands you a blanket, like a towel, and both of you now get a towel and a sprig of good berries on them.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you.
I'm going to just start popping them.
Yeah. Suddenly, she just wraps a hug around Ivy's legs and then takes off, giggling.
I managed to pat her head before she runs away.
All right. So, anything?
Thank
else you got?
God we grow good berries. I swear, it's the only thing that. The number of days I came home from work and just the only thing keeping me going was good berry, and sometimes good berry cider.
Right. Well, if we didn't have guests coming for dinner, I would suggest maybe a hot shower in my apartment, but later.
Yes, later. At least we're very clean and cold. That means dinner's going to feel extra warm.
Extra satisfaction.
Extra satisfaction.
And what about Vaderin now? What has Vaderin gone to do?
Well, I think in the time between splitting up and showing up for dinner / going to the tavern, I'm a little confused as to what we're doing first now.
Well, I think that we had a small scenario with you after the events. There was a dream?
Yes,
Yes.
that sounds right. I'm trying to remember where we left off because I did not do myself any favors with notes here. I remember the bulk of that. I just don't remember what we did after that, or if we just kind of cut it.
You just kind of woke up and you were looking at your axe, I believe.
Okay. So I went and had a nap?
Yep.
Okay. So, sorry. So are we meeting up for dinner or going to the tavern first?
I think you guys were... I was mistaken about the tavern. You guys were all meeting up for dinner at Kai's place.
Okay. So before that, Vaderin would just like to put together a little... just a little note. A little note card, some kind of... Not even so formal as like a card in an envelope kind of thing, but just like kind of a postcard style notice with just a simple message that he would like to drop off at the home of that the family with the child we had attempted to visit that one time and had a vase thrown in our direction. And so if he can figure out what mailbox to put it in, he would just like to do that. But
Give me a survival check.
yeah. Well, that ain't gonna do it. That's a 2 plus something.
Unfortunately, you can't seem to discern... All the mailboxes have been rather worn in this section of the city, and it's like the inner city problem of so many people move out that even the buzzers are blank half the time, and none of the mailboxes are just a message.
Oh, okay. In that case, is it possible to sort of... I'm trying to remember if we even had a name for that. I guess we would have, right? When we first did that visit?
To the lower city?
Yeah, with...
Um,
The Undercity? Or the Tidewater District?
this apartment where the lady threw
Yeah,
a
the
vase in.
Tidewater, yeah.
Tidewater?
Yeah.
Did we have a name for that?
Apartment building? Or
we
for the lady?
left
the people.
Nurse Yen in, and she told us about the kid, right?
Yeah.
I have...
I'm assuming we would have had some kind of identifier to
Yeah, Carlos and Nix.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will address the note to them,
Mm-hmm.
and simply... Because it's not like I can just go walk up to their door, right?
Mm-hmm.
They will throw something at
But
you again.
but it's like I can't get in, right?
Mhm.
That far. So I guess I will do the like UPS. Sorry, I couldn't deliver your package kind of thing, and like,
Just
find
stick
a
it
way
on
of
the door, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
stick it on the door.
Easily done.
And the note basically simply says, "Thought you would want to know the waters have been calmed."
Okay. All right. I'm going to make a mark here. Okay.
And he hesitates for a moment. Is he going to sign it off, or is he just going to leave it anonymous?
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll just put a big V, and then
I'm going to roll a performance check to draw a broken vase next to it. Oh, 18 plus?
It is a very detailed vase.
Okay.
It is clearly a vase.
Yeah. No, I'd say that, you get all the little crags, and at one point you even look over to where the vase is still sitting on the sidewalk.
Still
Like
there.
the broken glass everywhere.
You
And
like
you
pin
just
it
kind
to
of...
the wall with a piece of broken vase.
Two on the nose.
Do you on the nose? Yeah, you just kind of draw the pieces as best you can and then stick it on the wall.
Sure.
All right, so with that, I'm assuming you are all going to convene now again, or...
I'm like,
What's your
Mom,
plan?
I was wrong. There's so many more people coming. Yeah.
Luckily for you, your mom is well used to big dinners. Your
Yeah.
father used to bring colleagues home all the time, so...
And then we'd bring friends and
Yeah.
anybody off the street.
Before we go to the dinner, I do want to go to see my friend.
Okay, sure. Alun? Sure. So, Alun, you find him standing in the heart of the grove, shaking his head. Anselin, sorry, Anselin. Alun is a monster, sorry. Anselin, you find the old orc doddering about the park warden's cabin that he's taken as his own. It's made in old style with tightly fitted logs, and it is well cared for. But the wood does show its age. Rather than being like a bright golden color that you would see on a new cabin, it's gone completely gray and that tarnished color. But still a very beautiful, well kept structure. As you approach the door, it is a modern door. It's made with metal. It's got a ringer and a knocker, and other than that, it's just a small little cabin off the ways of the I got the name here of the Silvercord Garden Park. It truly feels like you've walked into some place in the middle of the woods and have gone off the beaten path. But again, like I said, very beautiful area.
I give my customary birdsong greeting that I use when I'm talking to him.
And he responds with a very quick woodpecker cry. Hello, Poppy. The door is unlocked.
What is it that has you so troubled, my friend? I saw your note. It's not like you to leave those.
Anselm, as you walk in, he's fussing with a bunch of beakers and containers of herbs, getting them just right on the shelf and getting them kind of in organized chaos. It's not like it's a beautifully organized shelf. It's basically, I know where this is. It's your grandmother's spice drawer type thing. Just shoved up there, but
Yeah.
I know it's there.
Yeah.
And he's fiddling with them, looking at, I know it's here. Yes, thank you for coming so quickly. And he kind of readjusts his spectacles. So he's dressed in a very loose pair of trousers and a loose-fitted, almost robe-like shirt tied off at the waist with a belt. The symbol of the Silver Park Druids is emblazoned over the left side of his shoulder, down past his heart. The rest of his robes are completely like this tannish color of a forest floor. His greenish skin has gone wrinkled and gray. One of his tusks is chipped at the edge, and his gray eyes are covered now with a pair of very, very thick bifocals. And as he's fiddling with them, you can see that he's probably needing a stronger prescription as he kind of squints over and grabs a chair and just kind of works his way over and sets himself. Thank you for coming so quickly, Poppy.
I flit over and I'll alight on his knee and say, "What can I do for you?"
Dosh is missing. And you would know that Dosh is one of the blink dogs that likes to run around the park. The blink dog pack that lives in Silvercourt Park is very shy. They don't often make themselves known to outsiders, but they are a well-known fixture of that park, and much like rangers or other researchers in our world might do, each of them has a name and a designation. However, the druids outright refuse to use those designations. They prefer to use the names. Best as we can figure it, he went missing sometime between yesterday morning and this evening. He separated from the pack to chase something off in the northern end of the park. And when the rest of the pack went to find him, he was nowhere to be found.
Well, but surely he's okay.
That's-
Why so much concern this time? This happens, you know.
That's the thing, Poppy. There were scents around the area.
I see.
The way that Marian tells it, when they discovered the place, the tracks had been wiped from the earth, and some sort of scent blocker had been sprayed upon the entire area. Whoever this is, they know how to cover their tracks well.
Very concerning.
Indeed. Especially since I've been going over our records. And he kind of lifts his hand up and brings out this old bound book and lays it on the ground and looks it over. This is the 5th such disappearance in the last 6 months. Somebody is kidnapping creatures of the wood. Wolves. A giant eagle chick not 3 weeks ago. And now Dosh.
Oh no. I didn't know that this was going on.
And they've been slow enough about it that they've managed to avoid our attention until now, but you know Dosh. He likes to come around every couple of days to check on me.
Are we worried about the rest of the pack?
I have them sticking close to the druids and the rest of the circle, and I have our other members on alert. And I've also alerted the police as to what's going on. However, you know as well as I that in a city as large as this, animals are hardly given the priority that humans or other kin are afforded.
Very wise. Well, when did he disappear?
As I said, sometime between yesterday morning and this evening. We found his tracks this evening after an extended search. I'm given to understand from a few of our junior that you left on a job this morning.
That's correct. We found a Dracolisk in the sewers. Well, not exactly. It was just a little wormling thing, but still, quite a day.
If you think they would be amenable, do you think they'd be amenable to a little more coin?
Oh, I'm sure my friends would help me. I think we're friends now anyway. You know how it is with new people. They come and go and, I kind of like these ones.
Well, I have a few items that might be of interest to them should they decide to look into this matter for us. And if they are willing, I'm sure I can wrangle free park passes as well.
Hell yes. Okay. How
Sounds
far does a
good.
family pass go?
I've already got one because I go jogging there all the time.
Well,
Well, that gets you around the common areas of the park, like the walking paths.
Oh,
But I'm talking like
We
the
get the
inner
special
areas
area.
where the circle. You know how Central Park has a zoo?
Yeah.
So you would all know this. This is fairly common knowledge, but the Silver Park Menagerie, or the Silver Court Park Menagerie, is a collection of magical beasts and animals from all over the world. A slice of nature kept cultivated by the Druid Circle that calls the park home. It is open to the public, and there aren't any cages. The animals are just basically told, don't hurt the park attendees, do your own thing, and they'll leave you alone. But there is an admission at the gate of like $30 per person.
Right. Which for a family of my size, that's a substantial coin for the day.
Well, we were just about to get together to refuel ourselves. We were gone all day, but as soon as we're done that, I'll see if they want to come back with me and we can investigate this evening.
I would appreciate that, Poppy.
Who's on evening?
Let me see. That would be, and I'm just going to make some notes here. I believe it's Kevin and Nyria.
Awesome. Well, make sure to let them know that we'll be here.
I will. I'll have them meet you at the North Gate to guide you to the spot where we found our lack of evidence.
Right. And then I assume he, can give me the coordinates or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I'll send the coordinates to your phone. Definitely. And you also know where the North Gate is. It's
Oh, it was right by the North Gate. That's what he said.
well, he'll send the druids to meet you there at
Okay.
the North Gate. All right. So, with that, anything?
And then before I go,
Mhm.
I'm gonna flit up to the top shelf and make a guess at what it was he was looking for.
Give me give me an insight check.
That is on the carpet, so I can't read it.
Why don't we give them a table?
I can do that.
Okay.
8.
8. It's not any real big mystery. He's looking for willow bark for his arthritis. He usually keeps it up there.
Pick it up and I flit down and put it in his lap, and then flit away.
Okay.
Aww.
Well, thank you, Poppy.
Thanks.
I'll see you later. All right. So with that, how would you guys like to proceed with getting back together? It's your guys' call.
Well, everybody was invited for dinner, or just
Yes,
Vaderin?
everybody.
Everybody's now divided for dinner. Retcon.
We have cell phones.
We have cell phones.
Bobby
Dinner
doesn't
at
know
my
how to
place.
check hers, but
Here's the map.
she just assumed she was invited over after.
So
Was there a time set?
Rob,
Clearly.
I think dinner time.
dinner time, maybe 6. Well, you said it was evening, so maybe a late dinner, like a
7
8-ish.
o'clock, yeah.
7:30.
Darren is there at 7:29.
Very nice, very prompt. Because this is a family dinner night anyway, probably,
Mm-hmm.
and some of the family has to come in from deeper in the city and all that. The kids had a snack at 5:30 or at 3:30. They're fine.
And
What time were you expecting us to get there?
7:30.
Yeah.
So you're going to get there at 8:45.
so as
8:15.
sorry, 8:15.
8:15.
Okay, so as you guys arrive, Vaderin and I imagine Poppy's going to be a little bit late. Also, where's Poppy sitting on the timeline?
Poppy just unintentionally arrives exactly at time.
That sounds right for the
All
fact.
right.
It just happened. She's just lucky.
So Vaderin and Poppy, as you guys walk in, it's just a flurry of activity.
Long time no see.
Kai's eldest
Hi, big
sister
guy.
and her mother are just going to town on a pair of on some copper cookware, cooking up traditional
Ward elf.
Ward elf cuisine. Well, not even really. Ward elves can be of any. Since Ward elves are of pretty much every elven variety,
Mhm.
they're the community tends towards a fusion type benefit.
Right.
So you're having these noodles mixed with spiced meat that with spices from the from further continents. So it's a very sporadic mix of things that when they come together, if you've ever had fusion cuisine, is very, very good. Like, in this case, what I'm guessing that it'd be kind of like a hamburger steak with an udon type noodle on the side, and this thick gravy, mushroom gravy for the top of both the noodles and the steak that really complements each other. And anybody who comes into that kitchen is immediately shushed. Like Leon tries to get in at one point to snip himself a bit of burger, and your mom just, Leon! And she comes in with a broom and just overhands it, and not hard, not a spanking thing, but she catches him under the butt and she hockey flicks him out of the door.
You know the kitchen's sacred. Unless you're going to do dishes, don't go in. It's not worth it.
You two see all of this chaos is happening with like everybody rushing around, getting things ready, trying to like set the table and everything. And there's just one little island of complete collectedness, which is Ivy just kind of like standing off to the side, like making herself not in the way because she just knows how this works, and she's just kind of there.
Sorry, what's the little girl's name again?
Layla.
Layla?
Yeah.
Every so often, Layla, because she does have a little bit of that mischief in her, I need you to roll a perception check.
Okay.
And I think, like, there is, like, a big round table, but there's going to be even more people, and it extends, and, like, it's being pulled apart by Mila, because I added an A to it to make it less weird. Husband, who's a history professor, and Vanson, my eldest brother, who is pulling it out and extending it so it's bigger, and as they're like locking it in, I'm putting in a bunch of lazy Susans all at different points of the table so that everything can be, and it's like this weird interconnected one that's obviously of like dwarven make, so like things figurate throughout the whole table.
Ooh.
So that you can pass completely without having to move stuff, and like
clockwork machine.
Yeah, you can kind of slide it down and yeah.
And Tiana, my youngest sister, who's 19, who's actually younger than two of my nieces, is setting the table placings, and Benjamin is putting stuff down, like falling behind with paper, like napkins, and it's just this like it's chaos, but like all of the siblings know exactly what they're doing.
And getting back to Ivy, what did you roll?
Dirty 20.
Nice.
Dirty 20. You beat her by a mile because she rolled in that one. But you can decide how you react to this. Every so often, Layla's coming up and putting flowers in your hair from behind.
Oh, cute.
Just pretending like you don't notice.
Yeah, I'd be very aware of it, but completely acting like anybody who's like looking at me from the front would see me just kind of like look every time she does it, like just kind of like look in that direction, but not turn. But like for her, I'm just like staying completely like unaware.
Okay,
because I think it's cute.
Within about 5 minutes, you have an entire flower crown on the back of your head. Just like a dirty, not so much messy or dirty, but just haphazardly. You've got roses, you've got daisies, you've got a lily shoved in there,
maybe a sprig of goodberry,
and then just at the end of your braid, you have a little bluebell put in.
Oh, cute. Okay, sweet.
All right. So that would bring us to Travis. Obviously, at this point, Ivoc would walk in just as everybody's kind of settling into dinner, and you kind of walk in, and what do? What's the first thing you do?
So you guys realize I'm on the way because you hear a slight sound of bagpipes, just kind of casually playing as I'm walking over. I open the door and I kind of like, I think I was a little late. I got distracted cleaning my pipes a bit. They got a little dirty in the sewers.
You're on time. It's okay. Come on in.
Boots off.
I take my boots off and I guess try and find a spot squeezed into one of the tables.
There's one there for you. It's a little tight, and Leon kind of looks up at you. You're furry, and he starts petting your arm.
I look down at him in kind of confusion, not really knowing how to deal with kids.
Just say yes.
Yes.
There you go. We've acknowledged.
The rule is yes and.
No, that's improv.
But you do a lot of improvising with kids.
This is true, but
Leon,
Leon.
dear, ask first.
Right. Can I pet you? You're fuzzy.
Can I pet you? You're not.
Sure. And he puts it.
How big is Leon?
he's
He's
10.
10. He's a slight little guy, but he's got these bright eyes. He has all three markers.
Yeah. Oh.
So he has the hair, he has the eyes, and he has the ward elf tattoos coming up his arms.
I'm going to flit over and, like, sit on his shoulder.
Wow. You're tiny.
Hi. I like you already.
Really?
And then I pet his head.
And then he kind of scritches behind your little fluff thing. He's a little rough at first, and what do you do?
What did we just say, Leon?
Ask first.
Ask first.
Ask first.
Yeah, no, but I specifically want Poppy's
Yeah,
reaction.
sorry.
Oh yeah.
How would Poppy react to that? Sorry, I hadn't really thought about that. Usually she would just stay out of the way of anyone she didn't want to touch her, but I think she's totally unflinching.
Okay.
Like, this is the chaos of family, and
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Then, but when they speak up, he kind of gently, sorry, and he just kind of gives your back a little, like where the fluff is.
mhm,
You're ruffled like a bumblebee.
little bit. And then I'll start buzzing. Just very lightly buzzing.
Just with the wing thing. And, yeah.
Poppy, dear, are you vegan?
No, I eat everything.
Okay. Sorry, Mom, I misinformed you.
No worries. There is plenty to go around.
Yeah.
And besides,
2 of the dishes
I
are
should
vegan.
I should be eating better from my heart.
You should. Just because you're doing calisthenics and still going through training exercises doesn't mean the carbohydrates and stuff don't get to you.
Yeah. And she just kind of lays her hand up. Your sisters and your brothers are just kind of chuckling behind their hands at the two of you going back and forth.
I've seen you sneak the Lindt chocolates, Mom. I've seen you.
Well,
And then I'm just like, I'm going to get wrecked.
she doesn't say a word.
Yeah.
She doesn't say a word, but there is a death glare.
And I'm just like,
There is the
I am
look.
in trouble.
and you have every right to. You have lived a long life, and you deserve treats.
And you're wonderful to us.
And my
You-
ears are like
when-
blue.
When you get to be 150, you can tell me exactly what to put in my body. Until then, daughter dearest, buzz off.
Yes, Mama.
And then she turns to, you know what? I'm gonna turn this. Okay. Done. So, dear, you play the bagpipes, yes?
I do.
Romarian style, yes?
Yes.
Proud tradition. You don't hear it much anymore.
Yeah, I inherited these from my parents when I lost them.
Oh.
Family is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's the family you were born to or the family you make. I should like to hear you play sometime, yes?
It's a bit loud. If that's just heads up.
And I tend to be a bit deaf. But who's counting?
After dinner. After dinner. Not. If you get these two going, gesturing to Leon and Layla, they're not going to stop, and we need them to eat.
Are we in a courtyard or inside a house?
That's actually up to you guys. Would you have set up in the courtyard or the...
Maybe in the garden. Maybe we pulled the big table out into the garden.
Okay. And you, my dear, if I'm not mistaken, you are Poppy from the park, yes?
That's correct. What is your mom's name again?
Tetya.
Tetya. Would I recognize her?
She
Have
was
we
former
perhaps-
PD, yes?
She was battle experience in Blunt. She was like, if not PD, military.
PD, yeah. I believe you were.
Both my parents were.
I think you would have seen me back when I was a patrolwoman. But that was almost 100 years ago. I do believe you were still setting up that little stump of yours.
Oh, yeah, I thought I recognized you a little bit. I mean, you're kind of distinctive looking with the hair that beautiful color.
Why, thank you. You always were polite. A little odd, but polite. And she kind of winks at you to let you know she's kidding with you. How's that old bugger Anson holding up?
He's good. He's good. Oh, but I wasn't going to bring it up until after dinner. I have to ask your daughter and our new friends to
Business is for after.
give us
my
some
dear.
help later. So maybe we could do that after.
Yes.
Business is for after dinner. First we eat, we nourish our bodies, then we can deal with the bullshit. You didn't hear that. And she points directly at Leon. And you, young man. Oh. Sorry, guys. Just had to. And you, young man. You.
Young. Oh, you're too kind.
When you get to be 150, as I told my daughter, you can. Everyone looks young.
Fair enough. I appreciate the wisdom of the others.
No. Tieflings and half elves typically live to be about 150. Full elves typically around 200. Yes.
Yeah.
So, what is your story? You have the face of one who has traveled far and seen much.
Yeah, I have seen enough in my time, that is certain. I have been around Silverstand for a few years now, but yes, originally hail from elsewhere, and it's been a long time. We'll say that much.
Guys, I think I need to take this.
Okay.
No worries.
I'm getting 2 calls.
Yep.
So
That means pay.
All right. Your accent is odd. Where are you from?
Most people are familiar with. I'm gonna get the nation wrong. 1 second. Because
Avarn. I think you're right.
I think so.
Oh my god.
Spanish accent.
Yeah.
I'm just rolling something, don't worry.
Most people are familiar with Avarni, but it's the I believe it was the southern tip near Galway.
You're from where?
The southern tip of Avarni, near Gallica.
Yeah.
Did you pause when you answered your phone?
Yeah, I did, but I turned it back on.
Okay.
Yep, we're still going.
Okay.
There's just an odd lilt to your voice. I don't think I've ever heard it before.
I'm sorry if it offends.
It does not. But we shall have to talk sometime about your home. I would dearly love to hear more.
If it is still there, I would hope so, yes.
All right. What was Ivy rolling? Insight?
Stealth.
Stealth?
Oh.
Okay.
I got a nat 20.
Okay, what were you trying to do?
Just seeing if anybody would clock how much attention I'm paying to Vaderin.
Okay. Vaderin, give me a perception check.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to try to have to roll another nat 20.
Yeah, that's not
No.
gonna happen.
Well, the total...
Don't worry about it. You beat it.
You beat it by a ton.
So I don't have my armor on right now, so I wouldn't have disadvantage. So my total would be 22.
Yeah, you beat it.
And Mom's
I'm going to
distracting.
also need you to make a deception check.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, there's a natural 20.
All right. I would very much like to hear about your home. I spent a good deal of my youth
Thank you.
in the Avalonia, in the northern Aval. And,
In the where?
Sorry?
In the where?
Arlavon.
Okay, and so that's the continent. Right?
Yeah, no, Arlavon is the island nation.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I spent a good deal of my time in northern Arlavon, and after that we moved to Silverstand, and this has been my home ever since. It has been my family's home. And she kind of gets up and she takes both your hands. Family is everything, yes. And she not just you guys, but everybody down the table. Like she's everybody she can touch or come into contact with. That she does so because it's a ward elf thing. Like when you're talking to somebody, when you're bonding with somebody, physical touch is always there. Ivy, you might have found that a little weird coming in because your family obviously not too touchy-feely growing up. But how have you adapted to it when she reaches for you?
I think at this point, I'd probably just like accept it. Like if like I wouldn't necessarily reciprocate in the same way, where like I wouldn't reach out for her ever, but like if she reaches out for me, I'm used to that at this point. So I'm like, okay.
Okay. But I think it's time, as everybody finishes gobbling their meals down, I think I should be getting to my meal. And the rest of the meal passes with a relative quiet.
Chatter.
If the five of you would like, there is a sitting area off to the one side, down that path. You know the one, yes?
Yes, of course, Mama.
Why don't you go there while we clean the tables up? You can talk business while we clean. Yes?
We're out of dishes duties. Run! And she just like a kid realizing she's been let off the hook, just books it without realizing.
Bolts.
Yeah,
Just
it's like
grabs
you heard it.
everything
We're
and
free.
move,
Go.
move.
And you're sure you don't need any help in there?
No!
No? Okay.
And Ivy just stands very slowly and is just like, you can all follow me. Guides you where she ran.
Yeah. Mom said I don't have to do dishes. Goodbye.
Poppy was already like checking out trees.
So as you walk down, there are a few different trees here. There's a silver oak. There's a silverite or a silverite oak. There's a Aramethian shrub bush. But as you come into this area, it's planted with wisteria from far to from the I think it's the Tetsuyo Islands, the Tetsu Islands, far to the west of where you guys are. It hangs these beautiful cobalt blue flowers, and you can smell it far before you see it as you come around, and there's this sweet floral pungence that just fills the air, and just kind of, the moment you smell it, you just kind of feel your body relax ever so slightly. It's beneath the trees. There's a set of chairs and there's a set of chairs and there's a couple of benches. There's a table off to one side, so there's plenty of places to sit. But it's all arranged so that no matter where you sit, you can talk to people. All right, so I'm going to turn the floor over to you guys. How do you proceed?
Your mom's real nice.
She's pretty great.
Pretty much so.
She and my dad were both officers.
I go find one of the chairs off the side and pull this kind of dirty rag and start polishing my bagpipe some more.
Okay.
So, has anyone ever met a blink dog? Question for the group.
Would I have in my line of work?
Roll for it.
That's a 4.
I'm going to say that you've heard of them, but you never actually have seen them.
I have.
Okay, Ivy,
Oh,
for you, while outings with your family were not common, when they did happen, you guys went to very prestigious areas of the city, given your father's up-and-coming station within the Silver Order. Galleries, a few of the more fashionable quarters when you wanted to be seen with high society, when you wanted to rub elbows. One of those was a gala held within the park's menagerie area. And on that occasion, you wandered off. What would have prompted Ivy to leave the party to be on her own? She would have been about 13, 14 years old, say.
Probably like if there was like lots of, I don't know, political conversation going on, like if they were like involved in that, like Ivy was never super like interested in that, so she might have just sort of wandered off to find something that interested her.
Your father talking about the defense budget with one of the counselors and one of the draconian senators, like one of the senators from the House Draconis, and one of the one of the folks from the lower house, all talking in hushed tones about the defense budget and what the Silver Order might be able to expect or weasel out in the coming year. Yeah, there were what kind of thing would have interested Ivy? There's several sculptures in the park. There's a stand of woods. There's it's almost like a ruin that sits off to one side, almost like a miniature, the standing stones that build up, that rise above the entire city in miniature, all of it out of wraithstone. Which one of the three would have attracted her?
Probably the ruin. Because at this age, Ivy would have been a very heavy reader and would have very much enjoyed like peace and quiet and like escapes into like other worlds through like books and things. So that would probably be like the most like interesting, I think.
All right. So as Ivy was wandering away, she caught a glint of something just inside the tree line. It would have been distinctive enough as wraithstone for her to kind of wander off, and she would have found herself in a small circle of wraithstone, almost like the ones that towered above her in the tree line. And as you walked in, you noticed that several of the stones had markings on them. Some looked like the typical Erothian alphabet that you would have been used to. Others were the symbolic language used by the Tetsu Islands. Still others, Ryuji. And then others would have been far more ancient and more unfamiliar. And as you're running your hands over it, they're glowing beneath your hands. And behind you, you hear a slight... What do you do?
I at this age would already have received certain amounts of training, right?
Yep. You would have been training since you were 10 years old.
Yeah. So then I think I probably would.
You might have one dagger on you at this point that you would manage to conceal. What would Ivy be wearing? A dress or a dress uniform? What would she be wearing?
Not a dress. She's not really a dress person. Probably like, especially if this was like some sort of like event or something that they were attending, it would be more formal. So probably more like a formal uniform, but like, one meant for not like combat, but like,
Yeah, formal dress. So
yeah.
The formal dress for the Silver Guard is it's a silver-ish material with, or a whitish material with black highlights. And it's a long coat over a pair of trousers and a dress and a button-up that comes up to the collar and up here.
Yeah.
And then on the side there's symbology and your rank is displayed on your one shoulder.
Yeah, then that's what I'd be wearing.
Yeah. So you would have been able to secret a dagger anywhere in there. So what do you do?
I don't go immediately for the dagger, but I kind of like have my hand hovering where it might be and just like turn quick-ish, because like I'm assuming this is an animal because I heard a bark, so I'm not going to.
Not a woof like that. It was more of a boof.
Oh, a boof. Oh, okay. Then yeah, okay. Then I would probably turn pretty quickly just to like be like, now I'm facing it and I can assess what it is.
Right, as you take your combat stance and you turn and you've got your hand over where your weapon is, you find yourself facing a tawny-looking dog-like animal. Its tail wagging. Its eyes oddly intelligent as it regards you. It jumps off the pillar, and as it does, a force speed hit the ground. You got the sound again, and it's right in front of you, appearing out of a puff of smoke. It kind of sniffs your hand. And it kind of looks at you. What do you do?
I'll drop a combat stance and be like, oh, sweet, and just like little hits.
Oh, he loves that. With advantage.
Oh, okay. Well, I learned to do it. Oh, geez. Well, that was not good. So, 22.
22. The blink dog just turns to putty in your hands. As you're scratching every part of it, it's pressing in and woof! And it's kind of almost guiding your hands with how it's moving its neck as it looks at you, tongue lolling. Then you hear the howl. The dog's head snaps up and towards the howl. It gives you a little as if to say goodbye, bounds off. It gets one set of feet on the right stone, forces itself up, and then boom! It's gone in a puff of etheric smoke.
Cool.
Okay, so, and what did Ivoc roll?
I rolled?
Can you see if you
Roll
know
for a blink dog.
Oh,
Have you ever seen a blink dog?
I didn't know I was supposed to do that.
Well, you don't have to if you don't want to. You can just say no if you want.
18.
18.
Okay.
Ivoc, I'm gonna have to change this up a little. So when you first got to the city, I imagine you would have toured around, done the tourist thing. I think the Blink Dog pack doesn't always stick to the menagerie. One day you would have been walking through the park and you would have heard a group, something moving through the underbrush beside you. What did you do?
This was back when I first
Yeah,
saw it?
first when you got here, yeah. What would Ivoc have done?
I guess I kind of looked over curiously, trying to figure out what the sound was that was running beside me.
All right. As you did so, you would have actually seen the whole pack, all of them running through the bush, and actually, as they're doing so, they're blinking and they're peering up in the up into the trees, and they're bounding off the tree branches before jumping back down to the ground, making a game of it, almost like they're playing tag together.
I guess my head's kind of going around like this, trying to see them as they're blinking all over the place, and kind of looking around in amazement as they just keep blinking all over.
They run ever so slightly, but then you kind of notice that as they're doing it, they're actually running in a circle around you and a group of other tourists. Like they're not getting onto the path. At the moment they get close to the path, they immediately blink to the other side, and they're just kind of, and it almost seems to be like a game, like if you've ever seen a dolphin play with a boat, how they'll get close to the boat and then kind of yitter off. It's exactly like that. There must have been about 16 of them that you would have seen at this point. Is there anything else you would have done?
I don't think so, because I don't think I would have known I would think I would have just been too kind of shocked to really be able to react, I think.
Okay. Well, after a few moments, the blink dogs kind of dispersed themselves, but before they did, a couple of them actually looked you directly in the eye and then immediately blinked out of existence. But for the two of you, thank you for following me along on this journey. Yoink.
Oh.
Yoink. Inspiration, baby. So, continuing back to Poppy. Sorry about that, Mila.
That's okay. So now that you guys know whether or not you've seen a blink dog,
I've read about them though, right?
I asked the
Yes, you
question.
have.
Have you ever encountered a blink dog?
Only once.
I don't really say anything. I just go,
What does that mean? Can I intuit something from that?
Did you get bit or something?
No, but they were kind of. I did have a bit of an experience, and they kind of took a bit of an interest in me, I think, but but they kind of disappeared on me before anything I could react to anything.
Did it weird you out?
A little bit. They kind of like stared at me right before they disappeared. It's kind of weird, kind of eerie.
So, my, and then she's just gonna start bawling, and in the course of her like talking to you, you get out cousin, Dosh, missing, 24 hours, North Gate, help her.
You have a cousin?
No.
Is that the North
Going to
Gate?
go give like very gentle big hand pats to tiny creature.
One finger.
Yeah.
One finger.
Ivy's just very uncomfortable and doesn't know how to deal with this.
When you go to give her big hand pats, she just like turns around and does that like dramatic thing where she falls into your arms.
They're there. So your cousin, something's going to happen in 24 hours.
Dosh is missing.
Is Dosh your cousin?
Cousin Dosh.
Dosh is missing. And I need your help to find him.
But what does that have to do with the blink dog question?
She looks at you all like you're stupid.
Intelligence roll.
Is the blink dog your cousin?
No.
Yeah.
Well, that one's
I
gone.
don't understand the Fae, but that tracks. Does that track?
I suppose.
It may be more of the sentiment of sorts, or an honorable.
There you go. Before he says that, she's still looking at you like, "Are you double stupid?"
I'm double stupid.
Honorific. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay.
And then she smiles up at you as you say,
So cousin Dosh, cousin
He gets
Dosh.
it.
We
He
need
gets it.
we need to find cousin Dosh. What's happened?
So, when I got home, Anselin told me that over the last 6 months, wolves, there was a giant eagle chick, someone's stealing babies from the park, and she starts bawling again.
Okay, that is
Josh, you
bad.
would know, would be an adult.
Josh is a baby. In my mind, they're all babies.
Okay, not a problem.
So, whether or not you guys pick up on that, you can wisdom or insight or whatever you want to do. Or you can just think that maybe
My
they're all
intelligence
babies.
roll went under the couch. I think that's a sign.
Yeah, I will also roll. I'm not doing well. I am not doing well with my smart.
With
No
your smart.
I'm
There you
doing
go.
well with my smart.
Can
Right.
we go?
I'm gonna like pull out like a Kleenex
I just touch you
and
I'm like,
hand you a Kleenex the size of your body.
It's like
I
how
take
you
it
say
and I
that
wrap it
all
around me like a
dogs are
blanket.
puppies.
Oh,
Yes.
but the eagle chick was actually cheap.
That one would have probably been a chick, but
Oh, okay.
it sounds like it's like all dogs are puppies.
All
so,
dogs are puppies. Yes, yes, all dogs are puppies.
Meanwhile, she's curled up into the fetal position. Says, "Thanks, guys. Are you ready to go now, or do you need to go get your stuff?"
We probably do need armor if we're going to go out and stuff. Would we be able to speak to the Druid Circle about this?
Why? We're gonna find them.
I mean, yes, but if they have more information and an exact list of who's gone missing, that would be helpful. I'll text Neon. Neon being a tiefling on the street, and ask if there's anything they know about like magical animal trade. If there's been something.
All right. Neon. Yes, your old CI. Yes.
Contact.
Would I know that about Neon?
Oh,
Have you
come
met
on,
him
No,
being
before?
tiefling
No.
kid in
Yeah.
Tidewater that
Yeah.
Kyie provides.
Yeah.
for
I
exchange
basically
info.
yeah
Member of 7 scoundrels.
Yeah, member of 7 Scoundrels who would know if some trade is going on. And also I keep them in money and informant so they don't do the drugs.
What about
Great.
Don't
She
do
sits
drugs,
right
kids.
up and she just seems fine again.
Okay.
Where's your armor?
Neon doesn't get back to you right away, but
Yeah. So it's just, hey, do you know anything about mythical animal, magic animal trade? Few animals missing from the park. Here's what I know so far. Anything you can get me would be good.
okay, they don't answer right away.
Yeah.
It's just a dot, dot, dot,
Yeah.
dot, dot, dot. And then it reads red after about 5 minutes.
Okay.
And then we'll get back to you when I can. Looking into it, get back to you soon.
Thank you.
Vaderin-
Let me know how much I owe.
Vaderin sends a similar message to, I believe it's Vinth, at New to You.
Oh, yeah, the pawn shop owner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Vinth doesn't answer right away either. He just kind of...
time.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're doing this on your way back to grab your equipment?
Yeah, I mean, I think Vaderin brought most of his stuff with him, honestly. But...
All right.
Oh yeah, and I want to have a private little thing. with
Vince
Vaderin.
doesn't get back to you right away, but you do see that he's read the message. Vince, he's kind of an arse. He's
got a business to run.
Exactly. He's very. He's got a focus, and if he doesn't always respond, it doesn't mean he's not looking at it. It just means that you're not my priority at the moment. I'll get back to you when I can. Mm-hmm. Okay, sorry. You were saying something, Sharayah?
Oh, I just said that before Vaderin would leave, Ivy wants to have like a little chat with him. That's
Sure.
all.
Okay.
If he's leaving, but if he's not, then it's fine.
Okay, Ivoc.
I was going to say
Ivoc, what are you doing?
Have been a
before
wallflower
you
with
guys
you for
break
the first
out?
little while, if that was an opportunity.
No, it's okay. We can do it.
Like before we go get
Your equipment.
Do you guys all have your
Geared up.
stuff? Or did you come?
I'd have my stuff.
I mean, I live here.
I just wear my pants, man.
Pants and pipes.
Pants.
I just got these pants.
I got my pipes. I got my
Oh,
pants.
we have something
what
that
are
you would
pants but
probably
pipes for
want,
legs?
actually. Sorry, we didn't divide the things that we
Oh,
have.
no.
Yeah.
Here,
What?
loot.
Yes,
I wrote down the
this
loot.
So we have a rope of climbing, a box of holding, a potion of fire breath, dust of disappearance, and something called pipes of haunting.
Pipes of haunt.
I feel like you might want the pipes of haunting.
Yeah.
Fire breath sounds interesting. She perks up.
Also, lots of
You
gold.
live in a very flammable place.
I'll take the pipes of
Oh yeah.
haunting.
They are yours.
Whatever those are.
That's fun.
I looked over there, so he's like,
I think the only thing I wouldn't have would be the spear because I wouldn't have felt like I would have need to bring it to dinner.
Yeah.
That's right.
that
Yeah,
makes
you probably wouldn't have had
Just bring your weapons to dinner.
But everything
that's
else
true.
I would have
That's
had.
true. I would
Yeah.
have brought mine.
Yeah.
Or the shield, I guess. Yeah.
I can borrow. Hey, Ben. I need the van.
Again?
What do you mean again? It was like 2 weeks. Come on. You get to use my car. It's better looking anyway. Better for girls.
Sorry, which one are you?
Ben is like
Ben,
the
your
wizard
brother.
college student, 25.
If you scratch it, you repair it. I don't. The last time I let you take it, it came out back without a side mirror. Make sure it doesn't happen again. And he threw.
Okay, that was not my fault. That was because it was game night and people got rambunctious. I had no control over the sports fans. And I did pay for it.
Kyie, you have a sword.
I'm not stabbing someone over a mirror, Ben.
Oh, but maybe flash it a little. Ah, give them a little bit of the.
Incentive.
Give them a little incentive. Yes.
Just
Like this. And then he kind of immediately sets his hand on fire. You'd be surprised how few people want to fuck with you once they find out you can light your own hand on fire.
That is fair.
Well, you can flash her car for potential ladies.
It's a pretty good car.
It is a pretty good car. So roll with advantage.
It's a Firebird. That's a 16 plus math.
Are you massaging?
Sorry, just let me
Keep
find
the van for a while. And
Yeah.
he grabs your keys and he rushes off. And the next thing you hear is vroom, and
It goes both ways. If you wreck it, you pay for it.
he doesn't hear you. He's off to troll for bros, chicks, or whatever, or those beyond the gender binary. He gone.
You gone.
He gone.
We're gonna sanitize my back seat.
How does Ivy respond to that? I have to imagine she says that dead to you.
Nothing.
Just shakes her head.
Perfect answer. All right. So,
that's
you said
actually
Ivy
a
wanted to have
15. My charisma's -1.
It's okay. It's still passed. You said Ivy wanted to have a word with.
Yeah,
with,
if people are leaving to go get weapons and stuff, I
Oh.
guess, then that would be a good time.
I'm guessing this is just between the two of you.
Yeah.
Vaderin's
All
taking
right,
a long
everybody
time to
else,
put the boots.
out of the room.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, like
sure.
You don't want me there?
Private
It
conversation.
doesn't super matter.
It's the utility room
Oh,
works.
okay. Never mind then.
Okay.
I thought you were.
Well, like
Signaling
it's
You
just
just kind
it
of like
doesn't-
fall back behind.
We
the-
can
the
go.
rest of
We
us.
can
Yeah.
go.
Like I don't. It doesn't have to be secret.
All
It's
right,
just
no,
like
good call.
nobody else would. Like Ivy would do it in private, but it doesn't have to be secret to everybody.
Okay, yeah, no, I thought you were
You can just
signaling
not
secret
No,
for you.
no,
Okay.
no.
But
All
then
right.
gaming is fun.
Go for it.
Okay. Yeah. Ivy would just sort of like subtly like approach and everything, not trying to draw any sort of like attention, but would just say, Vaderin, do you mind if I have a word?
Never.
Perfect. I like you.
So it's the player.
The way that you handle yourself in a mission is similar to how I would. You seem to conduct yourself quite well, and you seem well trained. Do you mind me asking what oath you took?
As a paladin,
Yes.
oath of protection at one point, yes.
And you still uphold this?
I do my best.
Excellent. I have to admit, and I think perhaps you may have sensed this from Tetia herself, that there are some things that maybe don't fully add up.
Tetia?
So your mom.
Okay, just making sure.
Well, I mean, she was quite intense about my vocalizations. I mean, I've lived many places in my lifetime, and I suppose they've had an influence on my original accent, if you could put it that way.
Fair enough. I'm not perhaps as direct as Tetia would be. And I don't mean to necessarily put you on edge. I simply don't have reason to distrust nor have reason to trust you, and I tend to lean towards the former. This is my training.
And it serves you well.
It has so far. And so I would just warn you that should anything happen that would put Kai's life in danger, I will always choose her first.
I would expect nothing less, given your familiarity with one another for starters. But I mean, yes, I am the stranger in this environment, absolutely, and I certainly have no ill will towards Kai. But I hear your point, absolutely. Thank you.
All right. I just wanted to make sure that that was known.
Loud and clear. May I ask, what is it that you are most concerned about?
You are a holy knight, and
What does that mean?
I've been around many magic users. I am a raven, or was a raven. I've experienced many different missions, many different covert operations, and there are darker magics. Something about how you cast your magic is not adding up.
I'm afraid I don't have much of an explanation for you other than maybe it is different where I come from?
And perhaps it is, which is why I'm not necessarily wanting to accuse you of anything, but simply forewarn you where my allegiances lie.
Very well. Thank you, Miss Lockwood.
You're welcome.
There they go. We should get going.
We've really fallen behind.
Awkward.
Ooh.
Roll for one of the kids to be listening.
Yeah.
Chair's like, wait.
That's a good idea.
And that includes the 19-year-old sister.
Alright, hang on 1 second.
And my mom.
14. Who would that be?
Ooh. 14. Let's say it's the older, my youngest sister, who would be 19.
Okay.
That is Tiana.
Tiana. So, Vaderin, I'm going to guess that you're walking off at that point?
Yeah, I assume we're leaving the house. Yeah.
Okay. Ivy, I'm imagining, how is Ivy leaving that conversation?
She would watch him for a little bit as he's leaving, and then would turn around and go back into the house to get herself.
At which point you would have found Tiana as you were walking by one of the trees, kind of leaning up against it. You really care about her.
Well, of course. I think that would be obvious by now.
You may have noticed I'm a little protective of my sister.
As am I.
Break her heart, and I'll break both your legs.
I'd like to see you try.
Tiana, what's her profession?
She's still in. She's literally just finished high school.
May I add in?
Yeah.
She's an accomplished martial artist.
Yeah.
This isn't an idle threat.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm a raven.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah, no. There's no doubt in Tiana's
I'm coming
mind.
out with my stuff. I have your gear with me. I'm like, no, I know that look, Tiana. Whatever you're doing.
I don't know what you mean. And she walks right by you, claps you on the shoulder, and just kind of takes. Guys, I need to take a 5-minute bathroom break.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're doing the dance. I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's just this look of no. That's when
More intel into what a raven might do than probably the average person.
because
Yeah.
I've been
They
been
are
hired.
spec ops. Her family might not know entirely what Ivy did before. They would have known that she was in the army.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've added this lore to the codex yet. But ravens are the spec ops of the Silver Order. They're the people you send in when you don't want something, when you have to take out a target, but you have to do it under the radar.
Yeah.
They're the redacted names.
Exactly.
That's what I asked. when I
Arvan
walked
would have
away.
been a hawk.
Okay.
He would
So
not
you-
have been. He would
You
not have been.
technically outrank him then. Yep. Dude, you don't like that. Nope.
No, not necessarily. He was always a little. He was always a little prickly about it. All right. So anyway, so Tiana just she kind of locks eyes with you, with just in that moment of, I know I'd be going down, but hurt her, and there will be consequences. Type look.
Like the threat a 13-year-old me made to my cousin's lifelong boyfriend turned husband. Don't hurt her. He's like, Roya, I babysat you.
You're like, I still know how to use power tools.
You know, actually, roll a intimidation check with that.
Oh,
The Raven, yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Would there be advantage for the military?
I'm just gonna say straight up.
I'm proficient in
Hmm?
intimidation.
Yeah.
Oh, just 11, I guess.
Well, you
I mean,
would
I'm
have
being
beat her.
pretty polite,
You would have
so-
beat her.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
she
okay.
does kind of stare at you for a second, but you can kind of see the look in her eye that she kind of knows that she'd get creamed, but there's that
I want to try though.
sibling bond of I don't care if I'd go down, but
What was her
She
name?
knows.
Sorry,
Tayana.
No, Tayana.
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 Tayana. If I haven't done a good enough job to convince you I would never hurt her, then I'm not doing what I should be for her. And I apologize for that.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh gosh. Oh, I'm also proficient in that. Woo! Jeez, I'm not really good for those.
No, that's cocked, man.
Is it?
It looks
Not.
cocked. It looks like it's it's
Oh,
cocked.
we
flat?
can call it
Oh.
cocked.
We'll call it cocked.
Fine.
There you
Oh,
go.
that's better. 17.
17. She kind of deflates.
Sorry.
I know. I'm sorry, Ivy. And she just kind of walks off. Just be good to her, okay?
I had some shitty ex-partners from the sounds of it.
You did.
Yeah.
You really did.
The negative charisma score doesn't help.
There were a few F boys and
People.
And gals.
U-Haul moments
Yeah.
involved.
Yeah. It's like, no, you're not.
Moments.
It's like, I tell you she's different. I met her at police. No. Like, yeah, no,
Our hot shower's gonna have to wait.
Yes, unfortunately. She tried to get in a fight with a teacher who gave me a detention once. Because I stood up for her, I got the detention for beating up the bully, and then she tried to fight the teacher, and then mom and dad got called in. Anyway. Except, to be fair, like, I shouldn't have gone to an elementary school from my high school to beat up an elementary school student. That's my bad. I deserve the detention.
Who gave you the detention then?
It wasn't even your
school.
Well,
It was an amalgamated school.
it was an amalgamated school. They called, like, they're all joined together. They're separate schools, but it's like kind of in a U shape. And anyway, teacher called my teacher. I got detention.
All right. So,
And then she bit him. Anyway,
You're very cute.
thank you. Sorry.
alrighty. So,
Please don't break my sister's legs.
I've been trying to decide if Vaderin would actually know what a raven is.
give me a history check.
Yeah, okay. Oh, that's gonna be a 6 plus something small. It's a 6.
Do you have a token that you can use?
Nah, this is fine.
You wouldn't know specifically what a raven is, but it does sound spec off.
I got the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And I
You
said it
got
was
the meaning in
formal.
context.
I think that means when Vaderin catches up with the party, he will ask Kyie. So, since we have a ways to go, are we all getting in a van? Or
Yeah,
something?
we're all getting in a van that has a wizard painted on the side of it.
Okay. While
You know,
everyone's-
I feel like your brother would have pointed, it's wizard time, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And this badass looking wizard
Oh my god.
with lightning and fire
That's why he
coming out
doesn't
of
have
his
a
eyes.
girlfriend.
This is why he doesn't have a girlfriend.
Is this like that animated D&D movie?
Oh, like
Oh,
Onward?
Onward?
Yeah,
Is that
a little bit.
Is that-
But this one does actually still have seats in the back.
Oh, okay.
It's like he
They're
works
full
for
band, but yeah.
yeah. He got this thing junker and rebuilt it with my brothers, and then he painted it when he got into the wizard program at university. Anyway, you give him discretionary income, he makes discretionary choices.
Vaderin saves this question for later because we're all crowding into a van.
Yeah.
Alright.
Buckle
He
up
like
for safety.
starts to say it, and
It's
then
like,
notices
"Oh,
what
Kyie."
we walked up to.
I can wait. This can wait.
All right. So it would take you about, let's say, about 30 minutes in light traffic to get to the north gate of the Silver Court Park. The Grand Silver Court Park. It does take a little bit longer because you have to circumnavigate all the way around you can't just go to the south gate and through.
Yeah.
You have to go follow the street all the way around, and you do end up in a couple of traffic jams.
Oh, great, he has it set to Wizard FM. It's all going to be radioactive the whole time. It's either that or the country music. I'm sorry.
Wizard FM.
All wizard, all the time.
Oh my gosh.
It's just a straight bunch of Gregorian chants.
Yeah. But with radioactive. Yeah.
You
know the TikTok we're thinking of.
Radioactive.
Yeah.
Good reference. Maybe.
That's so good.
Anyway,
Sorry, I had to.
It's okay. You know what? It's a good moment. It's a good moment for flushing out the world.
Who took the rope? Anyone?
I'll take it.
Oh yeah, we should maybe just like discuss that quickly.
Yeah.
Sure. You
I was
guys
gonna say,
be
can we
discussing
time out
that while-
because we never did finish that up.
So we got what 2,400 gold.
Yeah.
Which is equivalent to
1,000?
about
$24,000.
no, $24,000.
Yeah.
$24,000. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And then there was the rope of climbing, a box of holding, potion, which we put everything in.
Yeah.
We put everything in the box of holding. And then the potion of fire breath, dust of disappearance. It was a small packet with like 1 use worth, and then pipes of haunting.
And you have pipes of haunting.
I can take the box of the rope.
I think
We're good then. Who's carrying the box?
I think we'd have the box.
How big
Sure.
is the box?
It's big.
Small trunk with sections that seem infinitely deep.
So you're carrying around
It's
a
a
trunk
trunk.
everywhere?
It's in the back of the van.
Gotcha.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Where's
So you
the
could take the rope.
box?
Can you climb with all that armor?
I can.
Did you guys
especially.
like learn about this stuff when you got it at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
we did
the
identify.
identify gauntlet.
Glove.
And I was careful with my charges. We didn't identify the box of holding because it was pretty obvious what it was.
Yeah.
When you could go,
Could have been a box of devouring.
yeah, but my hand's still attached.
All right. So after a time, you guys come across this simple iron arched gate that says North Gate, and the Grand Silver Court Park emblazoned below. Or sorry, hang on. Silver Court Garden Park. My bad. Below it, and there are two young people standing beneath the sign. One is a human, masculine presenting. He's got a beanie on. He's got that groundskeeper look. Like he's got his overalls on. He's got his cuffs rolled up, dirt on his face, on his hands, everywhere. And he's kind of rubbing it. He's rubbing it on the coveralls, but it doesn't ever seem to go away. The other one is in more of an interpreter type outfit. They appear to be a fairly androgynous tiefling with blue skin. They've got a set of swept back horns over their vividly colored hair. Like they've got greens, they've got reds, they've got every color that you can imagine. Just one strand, then the other, then the other, then the other, then the other, and each of them a different hue of blues, reds, violets, greens, just every color in just this massive explosion coming out of their head. The two of them are talking, and the tiefling is dressed in basically what you'd imagine an interpreter or a guide would be dressed in, like
The
she's got,
khakis.
khakis and a polo. They do have a silver bracelet that they're kind of running their hand over, and just as if they're itemizing a bunch of stuff, playing on a phone type thing. Like it's almost like a smartwatch. You guys would know what this is. It's essentially a
Checking her reg or on her smartwatch.
well. She's not in Ragger, but she's playing. What would be a good one?
Candy Smash.
Stone Smash. Stone Smash. It's the most
Stone
popular.
Smash.
It's the most popular game. It's the most popular game among dwarves. 5 to 50.
Rock and
I
Stone.
think you mean 5 to 500.
Well, they don't live that long. You're Anyway, so
People over 50 would play.
Naria, Kevin,
There's always a Kevin.
what's the latest?
hey, Poppy. And Kevin kind of dusts himself off. Near as we can tell, they brought him out this way. Come on, we'll show you. And
These are my friends. They're helping.
welcome. I'm Nyria.
Hi, Nyria.
They hold up their hand.
Hello. I'm Kyie. She, her. This is Ivy.
Also, she here.
Vaderin, me, him.
I'm Ivoc.
I have pipes.
I do have pipes.
Yes, you
Pipes now.
Pipes.
And they kind of look you over. Yes, you do.
Oh!
All right, and then they kind of sweep you with an appreciative look. Kevin kind of elbows them. Not right now, Nye.
We're working.
She likes fur.
But he's on Niagara
Hey,
if you want.
still look.
Tiffy
I can still look. Yeah, you can look. But let's get them to the, what do we call it? Abduction site,
The
crime
site.
scene, and he kind of sticks his hands in his pockets and stomps off down the trail.
So Poppy mentioned the others have been taken. Could you give us more detail on that?
Well, Nyria kind of looks up, and their eyes are this like steely blue. Yeah, let me look here. And she brings up, or they, sorry, I made them non-binary. They're looking through a menu on their smart bracelet. So it looks like 3 members of the local wolf pack went missing over the past 5 months, and then we're missing a giant eagle chick. That wasn't discovered because, well, the wolves basically keep to themselves, and the eagles have sequestered themselves up the mountain. We knew something was off, but you know, they're always so antsy once they get broody. It really was hard to tell. So we think that whoever stole them kind of snuck in under the radar, so to speak.
Forgive my ignorance. Are the wolves just in any way magically inclined? Is there
No.
so just regular ass wolves?
Pretty much. We
Regular ass glorious wolves.
Yes, but not to be dark, Poppy, but having dealt with my line of work previously, sometimes it's about the bodies of the creatures and not the creatures alive, and what their bodies can do for magical means.
the wolves were non-magical, though I would hardly say that there's anything normal about a wolf. Poppy is right; they are majestic.
No, totally.
But
no arcane
no.
application.
Other than what we do in order to keep them from attacking visitors, which is essentially tell them we'll feed them over. We use spells to tell them we'll feed you over here later.
Yeah. Parlay.
Yeah, essentially, yes. Sorry,
Yeah, anyone could speak with animal for that. Yes.
they could, but wolves are not. These wolves are not trusting by nature. These are Ithorian timber wolves. They were nearly hunted to extinction by humans, especially in the northern Gallic provinces. If it's left the entire species with a rather healthy distrust of kin. So they wouldn't just answer to anyone. It would have to be a druid that they would know and trust.
Okay.
Again, pardon my ignorance, if could a wolf detect somebody wearing the face of another? You say that a druid that they know would have to approach if somebody were to use a disguise of someone that they knew. Would they be able to tell the difference?
Well, they know our sense, but there are ways of changing one's
Scent?
one's appearance. Yes, and if they have the access to that kind of magic, I don't know how hard it would be to change your scent. It's certainly possible, but I mean, some of our members use scent blocking soaps in order to move amongst the woods and to avoid riling up some of the more delicate creatures that roam the circle.
What do I know about the scent blocker that was sprayed at the scene?
Well, we're getting there. You can do it. You run an investigation. We're here, and then Kevin kind of steps back. Best I can figure it, and he kind of spits on the ground off to the side. Four people. 2 of them have a smaller footprint, either adolescents or maybe women. Assigned female at birth, Kevin. Sorry, my apologies. Assigned female at birth. Definitely smaller people group. Maybe a halfling, or definitely not wide enough for dwarf. Maybe gnome. These 2, and he kind of wanders around the side, waited by the tree. These 2, and he kind of points to the other one, had some kind of snare here. And when he ran by, they snagged him up. See how his tracks end? Whatever trap they used, snatched him hard.
Hard enough. Wouldn't he be able to blink away?
That's why we called you. So guys, that's as far as I've been able to figure it, but I'm a fairly decent tracker, but whatever happened here is beyond me. Anyway, so it's up to you guys. How do you want to investigate the crime scene?
Poppy will pipe up and say, well, it must have been a magical snare, because they can blink when they want. There had to have been something extraneous that would have either taken away his will to do so, or blocked it somehow.
Okay,
right? Because they're fake creatures that
they are
like
fake.
I would know about.
I'm just trying to figure out. Okay, is there anything you want to do in the area that would confirm your hypothesis? What do you want to look for?
Yeah, I'm gonna suggest if there's any like magical residues from spell casting or anything like that maybe we could look for.
Give me an Arcana check.
Who else wants to aid me?
Yeah, I was like, somebody should
I can
I was
help.
gonna say that's not magic that I would normally use, and that's why
I can
figured
help
it would be
looking
better
for
if I brought all of you.
can
military application
Detect magic. I just don't have a lot of Arcana knowledge to offer.
Yeah.
Spell slots, actually, yeah.
Oh, detect magic would do essentially the same thing if that's the way you want to go with a ritual.
Sure, I was actually going to offer Divine Sense first.
Okay. What does Divine Sense do?
Just for good and evil within 60 feet.
And nothing would pop.
Yeah, okay.
I can give you an assist on that before or while you're doing the ritual to just try find something with Arcana.
Do you want to roll as well, or should I roll?
You
I'll
probably
tell you
have
what,
a
you
higher.
3 working in tandem then. If you guys want to
Let me
roll,
see what
and
my
then
skill is for
that'll-
Arcana.
yeah.
I only have a +3. What is yours?
Yours is better then.
Okay, so you'll tell me what to look for.
So I'm gonna say this.
That's a nat 20, baby.
Yeah.
On the
All
dragon
and
dice.
you were casting with ritual, right?
Detect magic, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So
I give you
those
kind of
actually
like
work in tandem.
a long and bumbling story about how they normally exist in the Feywild and
Okay.
their normal playfulness.
Like you're sitting on my shoulder telling me all this stuff and I'm just scanning the ground and looking around.
And somewhere in my ramblings there's like this little like snippet of information that's actually
Really
useful.
Yeah.
All right. So actually, that gives you guys the first bit of the clue. Vaderin, as you finish the final sigils of your ritual and you cast it, Poppy and Ivy, or Poppy and Kyie, you are standing in the center talking about this when all of a sudden, all around you, the trees, sigils on the trees begin to glow. Like, these are invisible. They were probably, given your Arcana check and what you guys are doing as you go to inspect them, they were actually painted on with like a water like substance with glucose, just water and glucose, and each one of these sigils work together to create a. They're kind of an odd sigil. They're not meant to blow anything up or to trap anything. They're meant to make a noise, an almost whistling tune.
A lure.
That is certainly one way of looking at it. Yes.
This much of it, though. I'm going to they're glowing now with the detect magic.
Yeah, basically that's what your Arcana tells you is that this was made. These runes together were supposed to make some sort of sound.
Hey, you play music. Can you tell what this sound is supposed to be? So.
What?
It's your sheet. As a bard, you'll have Arcana too.
Is there a school of magic to any of it? I mean, I guess we
not
already know the
like
purpose of it.
Not
so-
really. It's
Try and decipher.
I guess the best I can say is
Sound.
evocation.
Evocation?
Or no, evocation's elemental. Yeah, conjuration. Like it was made to create a singular sound.
Right. Okay.
So, as a musical, I'm just looking for the right words to say it in Poppy's voice. Maybe if we can figure out how to read what the sound this would have been was, you could recreate it and we can see exactly what it was they were up to.
Is there a trigger point rune?
There's no trigger point rune. What's Ivy doing right now? Actually, that might draw this together a little. What's Ivy doing?
Ivy, I think, would be interested in looking over the tracks that Kevin was showing.
Give me a survival check, please.
Okay. She's not magically inclined, but
And you
she's
know what? I'm going to say that
used to
since
hunting
Kevin
people down.
pointed that stuff out, you have advantage on
Okay.
anything else you find.
I would turn the detect magic in that direction as well.
Ooh. Let's see. Is that 16?
I think that's a 16.
Survival 19.
19. So as you're going over the tracks, you think that Kevin's mostly correct, but the earth is kind of churned up in a circle down below, almost as if something was laying here at some point. Give me an investigation check, if you wouldn't mind.
So, okay, the earth is turned up below, like something was what?
Something was laying on the ground, like there's a circle,
Like
almost
someone
like a
laid
spider
out
web
a net
in the
and then
center
pulled
of
it
this
up.
area.
Okay.
One of those old school traps.
Like
in the cartoons.
investigation?
Okay, you don't knock what works.
11.
11. What'd you find with that? You know what? I'm going to say that you wouldn't find too much, but you do find a piece of thread, fishing line, on the one end of the clearing, as if something came trundling through here, and the fishing line snapped.
Okay.
Trigger point. In my line of work, I've probably seen traps that are like magic dampening or
Yes.
anti-fey. Is iron anti-fey?
Iron tends to interfere with creatures from the Fey realm, yes. Poppy would know this more than most, and I'm going to tie that to your Arcana. Iron, you would know, would interfere with a Blink Dog's ability to shift.
If it was an iron chain net or
Poppy like shivers just at the mention of it. Like,
would
that would probably not be fun.
would that stop him from blinking?
Maybe.
Yeah, so first one was 16, and that was a survival. So yes, you would have seen like almost a spiderweb type pattern where something was laying on the ground, and then the trigger, the fishing line is on the far end of the clearing. And as you pull on it, you notice that the trigger is actually laying in nearly about 3 inches beyond where the circle starts. So almost like it would have hit the trigger, and then whatever was on the ground would have snagged them within a couple seconds later. Just a quick delay.
Here's the location of the snare. My assumption, and I kind of like hold up the fishing line bit. Here's likely where the trigger was. Dosh would have ran through here, likely triggering a net of sorts. Potentially, I suppose, if you think it could have been iron, maybe.
Iron would make sense. Are the runes still glowing from the detect magic?
For a good, I think detect magic will last for 60 minutes, doesn't it? Something like that.
10 minute
10
minute
minutes.
concentration.
Does it show up when I take a photo of it?
Yes, it would. The illumination would be.
So I'm going to take a photo of all the runes and, hey bro, got the puzzle for you. If you solve it, you don't have to fill the gas tank. To Benjamin.
Okay.
We know it makes sound. What does the sound do? Also, it was glucose to hide the runes from sight. Thought you might find that cool.
Though I do wonder if they intentionally were trying to catch a blink dog or not. Because the trigger suggests that something would run through. A blink dog could have technically just blinked in. So
They might have had a failsafe to pull.
maybe.
Or this might have been one of multiple attempts.
What were the other creatures that were stolen?
3 wolves.
Arthurian wolves and an eagle chick.
And the wolves might have
A
been
giant
dried
eagle
runs.
chick.
For
The wolves are endangered, yes.
probably.
They're particularly wary of people. They're not from here. But these ones have grown up their whole lives in this park as pups.
Trevor, is there something Ivoc wants to do?
I guess I would just be trying to kind of studying the runes on the trees, just trying to figure out what exactly they're trying to do and what.
Give me a performance check.
Performance check.
No.
Plus 6. 17.
17. That's actually really good. So as you are putting the runes together, it's puzzling. Like they look like something, but you can't figure it out. And then it kind of clicks, and you start kind of. How would Ivoc put this together? Would he draw it? Would he play it? How would he manifest his magic with these runes?
I think he'd have to play it.
All right.
He does.
So he runs his hands over the bagpipes into the concordant notes for each one of these runes. And as you do so, instead of the howl of a bagpipe, it's replaced with the lone cry of a dog or a wolf filling the air. The rest of you would have jumped out of your skin because it's a pretty loud cry. It's amplified. But yeah, that's exactly what it was.
I'll text him back. Never mind, it was a wolf howl. Lol. Still, the glucose thing is neat.
Was it like a distressed wolf sound, or like just a?
I would say less distressed, more come here. It sounds like come here. I'm waiting. It's a signaling cry, you know?
Well, I think that, shows that they really were trying to get the dog.
Yeah.
The eagle could have just been, oops, we got this one today.
No, that's a baby.
Maybe the situation was different. Was it, Kevin? Do you know? Or would I have to ask Anselin? The conditions of the eagles.
Well,
Theft. Kidnapping.
and he kind of looks to Nyria. Well, the eagle, they were sequestered. They were off doing their own thing. Like they were brooding with the chick. So nobody was supposed to go up there. We weren't supposed to check them. And the only reason Anselin went up there was, well, he heard the mother crying 3 days later. Like, we're not sure how they managed to steal it. The mother wasn't exactly forthcoming. They're big animals, but they're still animals. They can only tell you basic concepts. Yeah. Whereas And as far as the wolf pack goes, each one of them was split off and taken separately.
So do we think Dosh was kind of a mistake that we caught and it was they were aiming
No.
for the wolves?
No, they couldn't accidentally catch a blink dog. Unless they knocked him
This
out.
was intentional.
This was intentional.
The wolf cry sounded like a wolf cry, though, right? Not
Like a
blink
wolf
dog?
or a dog.
It could be either.
Wolf or dog.
I mean, that.
Maybe they caught wolves trying to catch the blink dogs the whole
Yeah.
time.
Other
Maybe
thing
it
that
was their
you
original
notice,
target.
the other thing that you notice about the sigils as you're playing them is that there's a secondary layer.
Hmm.
And should that circle be broken, it's supposed to snap something.
Like a neck?
Something small. It's not much force at all. It's like a quick snap. Like if something breaks the boundary of the runes, something else is supposed to snap in a sympathetic response.
So if it bounced in and was in the boundary of the runes, it would snap the trigger.
Oh. So there was more than one trigger.
Yeah. If it teleported in a magical trigger and a physical trigger.
Oh, so there was a backup.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
it seems like they were definitely trying to get my friends. My poor cousin. He must be so scared. Except he's so brave. He'll be fine. But we gotta find him. She's so mercurial about the whole thing.
Yeah.
So,
I'm going to update, because I only knew of one wolf. I'm going to say it was a couple wolves, 3 wolves to Neon in the chat. 3 wolves, and I get the dates from the tiefling. Like the exact dates, or the
Yeah,
time
she
periods.
runs through. Okay, so 57032 male. He went missing 3 months ago on 5th of Nereus,
Okay.
or Nisrius. 62952. She female. She went missing on the 23rd of that same month.
Okay.
7527. Female. She went missing on a couple months after that on Octrus 2nd. And then next month, Nevris. That's when the eagle Nevris 8th. That's when the chick went missing.
I feel like Poppy's just pondering out loud. You can kind of tell she's like just looking up and like floating. She's slowly spinning in a circle as she flies. I feel like there's no way they could have taken an eagle chick by accident.
No.
This was intentional. Whether the first wolves were, intended or not, and they were just trying to get the blink dogs, I guess we wouldn't know unless we looked at the other sites from where they were taken. But an eagle and a blink dog and Ithorians. What do they all have to do with each other?
Kevin kind of looks at you in the eyes, or they're getting bolder.
Trying it with the non-magical creatures first, then a gigantic creature.
This is true. Either way, it's concerning. This grove has been such a sanctuary for so long. No one's ever committed a crime here before that I know of.
Other than the crime you committed of... Because would it be fair to say I looked Poppy up?
You researched me?
Of stopping the construction site?
What crime was that?
Sorry, the codification of the park.
Thank you.
What would you... If you have more... How to say... rare or prized creatures, maybe assign a member of the circle to be with them at all times.
Already done. The entire circle's on high alert until we catch whoever did this.
Has anyone tried to purchase animals from the menagerie?
They could try.
That's what I'm asking. Has anyone tried recently? Last 2 years?
Determine the tale. Spirits direct you to tell. So you use this sort of as like an augury.
It was random, right?
Yeah, but that's okay. Go for it. That's the whole point of it. It's done.
All right. So this one's for you.
Okay.
This one's for you.
Bleh.
Oh, whoops.
Goodbye.
This is how you'll see how it works.
For you?
And if
Don't
it
open
doesn't
them
come
yet.
in handy, it
Okay.
just expires.
So, Kevin kind of, we'd never sell anything. We'd never sell any creature that came to live here.
Oh,
This is a sanctuary.
I know, but rich people don't take no for an answer.
They do when Master Ansalon sends a horde of squirrels into their house.
Yeah.
After the third one lost a testicle, they kind of got the message.
That's so Squirrel Girl of him.
That
And just chuckles.
I totally agree, but those names would be good to have.
I think the last one was 25 years ago, but I'm
Okay,
sure
maybe not.
because the last time it happened, well, there's always, and Iria kind of speaks up, their voice kind of cutting through. There's always, shall we call it a testing of the waters, whenever a new master takes control of the circle. Somebody figures the old rules don't apply, they push the boundaries, the master sends off his familiars, or sends them off, or messengers is a good word for it. Bitey ones. Or stinging ones. Or really anything unpleasant. And
We buzz a little louder.
They tend to get the message
Stingy
after
ones.
No.
the second or third one gets his arse handed to him.
Okay, so maybe not somebody who's recently wanted things.
And at that moment, both your phones ring. Almost.
Is it a like?
It's a text message.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Is that from?
That's from your contact.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Come
Loaded.
come loaded. Oh. I'm going to say that, are we talking PS5 expensive? Sorry, Spell Station 5 expensive, or I'm buying you a car expensive?
What happened?
A little bit of column. You get back a text. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Motorcycle, got it. Okay, so you know how I promised to take you to a nice dinner next week? Yes. I'm going to be broke.
I expected as much.
Okay. So I'm making you a nice dinner next week.
Coincidentally, I also have a lead here. If who is your person?
Who's your person?
Vince?
Oh shit, no. That's going to be way more expensive than Neon. Vince adds inflation.
Well, he did say bring my wallet.
Yeah.
So you do have two leads that you guys can follow in this investigation, two possible routes under which you can go. And I think that out of respect for Mila's plans for this evening, this is where we're going to call it.
Ooh.
And next week, or at our next session, we will converge and you will decide which path you are to, or which threads you are going to pull in this investigation.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, guys. It's been awesome to play with you.
Thank you.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year. Happy birthdays.
Yeah.